My glass.
Hey ho, what's up? What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Jimmy Star Show with Ron Russell, bringing you the good times in music, fashion, pop culture, and entertainment. We got a great show for you guys today. Before I tell you about it, let's start off by saying hi to our cool, outrageous man about town, Mr. Ron Russell.
Hey, everybody. The weather is getting a little cooler in Palm Springs. Now it's like 108, which is really cooling down. Now it's cool enough for me at night to go in the jacuzzi or the swimming pool, or maybe in the daytime to get a little sun, but I'll go at night because I really don't need to get sun on me. Even though it's 108, the sun is very strong. And if you're in
today,
if you're in a hot jacuzzi, you could pass out. But anyway, we're cooling
there's
off.
my star Ron. It says, there's my star Ron. So chat room, what's up, everybody? We got a chat room filled with people. Let's say hi. Teresa Saban is in the chat room. Angela Joseph, Thomas Claxton.
Hey, Tommy.
Boomer Mays.
Hey, Boomer.
Dawn Hinton, artist Miss Kim, Cindy Lady Lake. I think I said Angela Joseph already.
Yes, you did. Who's Angie Baby?
Yeah, Angie Baby says hugs. Everybody says hi. Backpack
Hey.
John is in the chat room.
Backpack. No women today, folks. Sorry.
Actually, yeah, Olga.
Who?
Olga.
Olga's not a woman.
What is she?
Olga is a spirit.
Oh, okay. So we got a great show for you guys today. We're going to have Corey Feldman coming on. You guys know him from such movies like The Burbs, Stand By Me, The Lost Boys, The Goonies, Friday the 13th, The New Beginning. I didn't even know he was in that, but he's got hundreds and hundreds of credits. And he's also a musician. He's got a bunch of CDs he's released. And then we have Revolushn coming on. I think we're having Dave Kendrick, Noah Mansfield, and Olga Schubert. I think she goes by Schubert.
Schubert. She keeps changing her name weekly.
Revolushn.
Because she escaped from Russia, from the communists. It's true. And I think she changes her name because she thinks they're going to catch her. I mean, she's changed her name so many times.
Anyway, it's going to be a lot of fun. I think it's going to be a lot of fun.
We're going to ask her why. We're going to ask her why she keeps changing her name.
She has Olga Schubert, Olga Perry, and just Olga.
No, then before that, she had some other name, a made-up name. It wasn't even Olga.
Oh, I don't know that
Yeah,
one.
when we first met her, she had another name.
She's got a brand new. Oh, who's JB? Oh, Julia is also in the chat room from Russia. Hey, Julia.
Hey, Julia. Did you escape from Russia too? Tell us about it.
No, she lives in Russia.
Oh, you live in Russia. Is it really that bad with the communist system? We don't know that here.
I don't know if they can actually even say that, if they get in trouble.
I don't know. I mean, she lives under communist law and communist rule. So obviously she's not running away. So she must like living there under the communist rule.
So B. Claudia must be there someplace, even though I don't. So, hey, B. Claudia is there. Okay. Hey, B. Claudia, say hi to B too. She's in Germany. Okay, you guys. So we should have a fun show for you guys.
B wrote something weird the other day, and I forgot what it was.
I think she's having some health issues.
Yeah, I know. I forgot what it was.
She's not feeling well. So, B, we hope you're feeling better.
B, kick that shit. Use your mind. Say, go away. I don't want you. I don't want this illness or whatever it is that's bugging you.
Julia says hi. At least we're not in China.
Who said that?
Julia, who's in Russia.
Oh, yeah, China, really. That's bad communism. Those are really bad commies. No, I don't care to be in a communist government. I would never like to live if America ever went communist, I'd move to Italy.
Absolutely.
And they are communists in Italy, but they're mafia. The mafia rules Italy. We all know that. Organized crime people. They keep it clean. Italy is a hard place to rule because
Absolutely.
You're dealing with the Italian mafia, and they'll kill anybody.
Absolutely.
They don't care who they kill. If anybody's gonna hurt the mafia, they won't kill you unless you double cross them or hurt them. And I know that for a fact because I know a lot of fellas and girls and guys that I grew up with that are connected, and they are wonderful people. I love them. They pay taxes. They really do. They live just like all of us. Then they have children. They're loving. They're very dear to me. They're very kind to me, even though I'm gay. You think the mafia would kill a gay guy? Not true. But if I cross them, I'd get killed. And I would deserve it because nobody should squeal or cross anyone to make trouble for them. Just like people go on Facebook and they say terrible things about the pillow guy, the guy that supported Trump. Why? Just because he supported and liked Trump, you have to trash his business? Do you think that's nice to destroy someone's business because he has a preference other than yours? That's disgraceful. That's communism. freedom of enterprise. What about that? The Pillow Man I'm talking about, whatever his name is. Yeah, they go on Facebook and they say his pillows are rotten. He's a no good, whatever, whatever. The guy didn't do a jack shit. All he did was support Trump. Oh, and that might not have been a bad thing after all. We don't know with this Biden bullshit. Maybe Trump wasn't so bad after all.
Never know.
You never know.
Oh, artist Miss Kin just joined us too. I don't know if I mentioned her, and a couple other people too are jumping in. But you're right.
Is the dirty guy from Australia there? What's his name? The sex fiend.
Dave?
Dave.
No, he's from the UK. He's not there.
I thought he was from Australia.
No.
Oh, Dave only comes on if like Sadie's on or Sherry Davis. He comes on the perv.
He comes on though. He comes on other times too. He just isn't as happy.
If there's all guys on, he never comes on.
He just isn't as happy.
At least we know he's heterosexual. He's not bisexual because if men are on, he doesn't even come on.
Oh, Casey Plott just joined us too from Scene Snobs. We like him.
Oh yeah, hi. How are you? Guess what? When I'm in New York, I'm going to the Wise Guys. They're doing a big party in New Jersey. I'm going with Soho Johnny, and I cannot wait to be with those guys because I love them. You should really listen and watch the Wise Guys show. They're funny. They're like Guido guys from New Jersey, really Italian goombas and funny and crazy. It's a great show. I was on it. I loved it. They were on our show, if you remember, and I was on their show. And they became buddies of mine. They're fun fellas. And it was so nice that they said to Annette, the woman who's putting the party together, please have Ron Russell come. I think that was so nice.
Absolutely. But I think that mentioning that, first of all, Randy Edelman joined us too. Hey, Randy, in the chat room.
I don't know if you were invited to the Wise Guys party, were you?
I don't know.
Maybe not. Well, you're Irish and English. Why would they invite you?
Hang on, let me tell you.
Soho's Italian. I'm Italian. They're only inviting Italians.
Could be. So you guys, let's talk about it real quick. It's the 911 Music and Fashion Celebrity Benefit Gala. It's in New York City at a roomy event space, 229 West 28th Street in New York City. The red carpet starts at 5 o'clock. The main event is from 7 to 11 sharp. We have Drumageddon, Kenny Aronoff, Randy Edelman, Fred Schneider from the B-52s. Ron's going to be there. Joey Belladonna from Anthrax. Kim Sledge is going to be performing. She's coming on the show next week. Howard Bloom, April Rose Gabrielli, who was a past guest. Rocky Kramer, who's a past guest. Ruby Mazer might be there. Leon's going to be there.
Yeah, Leon's a great guy.
He's performing. Krisha Turner, who's coming on next week.
I hope he does his song Love is a Beautiful Thing.
I'm sure he will.
Because I love that song.
Krisha Turner's coming on our show next week. She's going to be there. Arrow Rose, Ali Guercio. I don't know how you pronounce her name. Billy Hess is going to be there. Kulik. There's a bunch of people from The Voice and a bunch of people from The Voice.
Eileen Shapiro.
Eileen Shapiro will be there.
Huge knockers is going to be there.
And Noah Mansfield, who's going to be coming on the show in a few minutes, is going to be there. And so
Olga's going to be
Dave
there.
Kendrick. I don't know if Olga's going or not. But
when No goes, Olga goes because Olga plays the piano.
And we have Felipe Rose is going to be there. Felipe Rose is the original Indian in the Village People.
Oh, we're gonna have another
Village People. We have another Village People.
We know what's his name from the Village.
So you guys, to get tickets, it's like $30 a ticket. If you go and get them right now, it's really inexpensive. You do have to be vaccinated to go, and all you have to do is go to either letmehelpinc.org or sohojohnny.com.
You have to have the passport, which is outrageously ridiculous, and you have to show proof that you've been vaccinated to do anything in New York. Like that's going to prevent it, right? Meanwhile, all the people that are running around without masks, they never got vaccinated in Upper New York, which is basically Spanish Harlem. I mean, that's where most of the shit's starting from because their church told them not to get the shot. I mean, and black people, that's where it's at. I mean, I hate to sound like a racist because I'm certainly not a racist. I just tell it like it is. This is the fact. It's in the newspapers. The amount of people that are coming down and dying from the virus are minority people. White people seem not to be croaking so quickly because they got the shot. So get the shot, goddammit. You won't die if you get COVID. You'll just get very ill. Why can't why can't all of New York City understand this? But as far as the passport goes, that sucks. Sue Wong can't go because she never got the shot. and she's not going to be allowed in New York. And a lot of our friends that didn't get the shot because they were told that the first year of the shot takes 5 years off your life, and the second shot takes 10 years off your life. Where they got these facts from, I'll never know.
Actually, Eileen just texted me too that they got Ja Rule. So
Who?
Ja Rule will be coming on.
Who the fuck is Ja Rule?
Ja Rule is a famous like hip hop guy and also an actor. He's in a bunch of like action
Never
movies.
heard of him, but anyway, it'd be nice meeting him.
Yes.
Anyway, I just encourage everybody, get the goddamn shot and lose this passport crap. We don't like that. We don't want to be like Big Brother's watching and all that jazz. We don't want to have to prove to you that we've had a shot. We don't want to be excommunicated. It's absolutely racist in saying if you haven't got the shot, you can't come in. Not racist, but it's prejudice. And it's prejudice at the utmost. You can't do that.
But that's just New York that did that. That's not
well,
us.
now California's thinking of it. All right. It's sad. People have a right to their opinion. If they don't want the shot, they don't have to get the shot. That's called freedom. We're losing our freedom in this country, in case you didn't know it. Little by little, we're becoming a communist country. But freedom is my choice to do as I wish, come and go as I wish, go dine where I want, and I don't want to be questioned. Now, I have the shot and I have the passport, but I'll give them a lecture when they ask for it. I will say this is totally un-American, unconstitutional, and just horrible. You're segregating the shot people from the non-shot people, and you're taking away restaurants and things that these people could enjoy. How dare you do that because they chose not to get the shot? A lot of people are terrified of needles, and that's one of the reasons they don't get the shot. If it came in a pill form, they would take it. But somehow the government or whoever is pushing this bullshit, and that stupid mayor they have in New York, the governor took a powder. Let's see if this broad that took over now is any good. But the schmucky Cuomo made it bad for the Italian people. He shamed us by being such a dirtbag. At least he had the brains to get down before they kicked him out. Anyway, I'm going to New York, and it's not my New York anymore. It became somebody else's New York. My New York used to be a wonderful town. You could go anywhere you want, do anything you want. You could be anybody, any color, any race, any religion, any sexuality. You could be anybody in New York, and nobody gave a damn.
So anyway, we got our first guest.
Let's get our first guest on, Corey
Let's
Feldman.
bring him in. What's up, Corey? What's up? How you
See?
doing?
And he doesn't have his sunglasses.
Oh, see?
Oh, why do you wear those fucking things? Why do you wear those
Oh
fucking
my
things?
gosh, such harsh language first thing in the morning. Wow.
Well, wait,
Jeez.
it gets even better. Listen,
Okay.
look,
Yeah,
you
well, let me
look
tell
good.
you.
You look good, by the way. You still look
Thank
young
you.
and
God bless
handsome.
you. God bless you. Well, so do you. You look pretty young and
Well,
handsome yourself.
well, yeah, I am for 81 years old. You bet your buns.
Are
I
you
am.
really? Are you
Yeah,
really
I'm really
81? Holy
81.
crap.
Well, and I know your age, and you look good for
Jimmy,
your
that's
age.
amazing. That's amazing. I'm
No,
very
he's
impressed.
Ron. He's
81
Ron.
is
So
very impressive.
I'll introduce you. First of all, everybody. Now we want to welcome.
I'm Jimmy's better half.
Now we want to welcome to the Jimmy.
Oh,
Now we want to welcome to the Jimmy Star Show with Ron Russell, the incredibly talented singer, actor, producer, writer, everything. Corey Feldman, hello and welcome to the show.
hello and welcome and thank you for having me. How are you guys?
Corey,
Fantastic.
Corey, you're the best.
Oh, thank you.
Before we go,
Like, introduce you.
Wait, I'm Ron Russell.
Hi, Ron Russell.
Before we go any further with the show, our engineer,
Yeah.
Rebel, when she heard you were coming on, she went screaming and crazy. She said, "I love him! I love him! She said, I almost saw him once and I missed him. Oh my God, I can't believe you mean the real Corey Feldman." I said, "No, he's a fucking marionette. We're having a puppet on, you stupid bitch." So now, would you do me a favor? Do me a favor and just say, "Rebel, I love you," so she could come.
Love you. Oh my God. Wow. Rebel, we love you. God bless you. And don't take any shit from this guy. Don't take any shit. All right,
Anyway, now you made her day. Rebel is so happy.
So we also have
really, she carried on before we went on the air, she didn't shut up. She carried, oh my God,
Oh,
She said,
Corey
God
"You
bless
mean you
Feldman.
have
you.
Corey Feldman coming on?"
I mean, she couldn't believe that you were coming. She loves you. She knew all your movies. She knew everything about you. She's
That's
probably one
very
of your,
sweet. That's very
and
sweet.
she's the gal that makes this all possible. By the way,
Well, it's probably all Rebel's fault that I'm here in the first place. So God bless you, Rebel. You sure made it all happen.
So we also have a chat room full of people about right now. About 6 countries are represented. So just say hi to everybody in the chat room.
What's up, international audience? How are you? Corey Feldman here, and I love you all. Thank you for joining us today. Hopefully, you get some insight on something. I don't know
Yeah,
what.
we-
I don't know
we-
what. What are we talking about?
And Eileen Shapiro is also in the chat room. So say hi to Eileen.
Hi, Eileen. She's been amazing. Wonderful, wonderful woman.
yeah, and she's a 38 triple D.
Is she really? I did not know this. I've never.
You didn't notice?
They haven't met.
No,
They've only
no,
talked.
no.
Oh,
Yeah,
you
yeah,
haven't
yeah,
met
yeah.
her
But
yet?
no,
You
he's
haven't
correct.
met her yet?
We've never seen each other in person. We've had a virtual and
Well,
viral relationship.
well,
So actually, I'm going to tell you, I'm going to correct you,
Wait,
Corey. So
yeah.
last year before COVID, we were at an info list party, and Eileen and I walked up to you and introduced ourselves and got a picture with you. So you have met her, you
Oh,
just don't know because you didn't know who she was at that time. So you
well,
have met
yes.
her, and
Okay.
actually, I met you in 2003 at the very first Scream Fest that they
Oh,
ever
wow.
had, where I actually bought your CD. Former child actor. I have
Oh,
in my
that's
like
old school.
autograph collection. That was old school. And then
Yes.
I was pretty good friends with actually Corey Haim and Brooke McCarter, and so I've
Oh,
met you
wow.
lots of times with them. Because Brooke McCarter was a really good friend of mine. And then we did a movie together, and the scene that I was in with you got cut out.
Oh,
And
wow. What movie
That's
was
because
that?
it's a really bad movie. It
you
was
All
were in
right,
that
then we
scene.
don't need to mention it.
it
Then
was
we
called
don't need to
it
mention
was
it.
called Exposure. It was down in West Palm Beach, Florida.
Oh.
Ron's daughter even worked on it
Oh
also,
my
and
God.
it was a terrible movie. And I had 2 scenes in it, one with you and one with our show at the studio, and they cut both of them out. But it was fun doing it
You know
anyway.
what? That's why I recognize your name. It all
Yes,
makes sense now. Now I understand because I'm like, I know this name. I've heard this guy before. I don't know where I heard him, but I know that I've heard him before. He's been in my peripheral, and that would explain it because you were in that film. But
yes,
the
which
thing is,
unfortunately.
it's a terrible set of memories. Not to say that I didn't love
Listen, I'm in a lot of dogs also. I'm in Two Beauties that when Jimmy mentions it, I want to beat him up with the mic. I
right,
mean,
exactly.
I'm in one movie where I play a cop, and that movie is so bad that I don't even know how. It is the worst piece of shit I ever saw in my life. And
Oh,
Croker.
Croker, and I'm embarrassed to have said that I've been in it. But listen, I don't know you because I'm 81, but my children know you, both my daughters, and they were excited when they heard Corey Feldman was coming on because they
well,
both said,
that's
"Oh my
nice.
God, Daddy, we used to love Corey Feldman and all the guys from that era." Because my
What do you mean
daughters,
used to? What do you mean used to?
well,
I'm
because
still here. I'm still
no,
working. What the hell?
but no, unfortunately, one of the fellas they mentioned has died.
Yes.
Uh,
Yes.
so I mean,
A few of us have died along the way. Sadly,
right.
yesterday was River Phoenix's birthday. God bless him. He would have been 51 years old. He's another one we
Yep,
lost along the way.
absolutely.
It's a tough gig. It's a tough gig, and it's a rough road out there. And not many of us make it this far. And I'm blessed to be celebrating my 5.0, celebration this year. It's pretty astounding that I'm still here, that I'm still thriving. I feel blessed that I have another day to live every day I wake up, in this crazy world. So I'm just
No, but
grateful that I'm,
you know what,
still around.
Corey, don't give the credit to other things. Give the credit to yourself. You're strong. If you were weak, you would have been with the rest of them, but you're strong. And your strength within you has made you survive. Everything else is fine and helpful, but it's you. You are the one. You're the one that gets the accolades. You're the one that gets the applause.
Well,
If Corey Feldman was not strong willed, he would be dead today.
that's probably true, and I appreciate you saying that. Sorry, I'm just trying to set the mic camera up so I don't have to keep adjusting it. So, but thank you. Listen. At the end of the day, I agree that first of all, I give credit to God, but I don't take the credit personally. And I'm a spiritual guy. I pray every day. That's just my deal. So I don't really. I try to stay humble, and to stay humble, I don't give credit to myself maybe not enough, but I try to limit that. But I do give credit to God. I do thank God, and then I give
Yeah, but
myself
but
credit.
wait a minute. You bring God into you, and
Right.
you use God as the tool to stay stable. Okay, you
Safe and sane and stable and any other S word you can come
yeah.
up
I
with.
mean, don't you know
But
you don't discredit yourself. You know,
well,
you've
here's
had
what I
a
got. I don't know if you can see this. I don't know if you can see this, but
Yes, we can see it.
can you read what it says there?
No, read it to us.
It says, well, there you go. It
Oh, there
says
you go.
God's will. God's
There
will.
you
That's what
go.
it says. Because the whole point is that, look, it's God's will. I do my best to follow his will. I do my best to try and understand what he wants for me. But at the end of the day, we're not perfect. Human beings are not created to be perfect. We're created to make mistakes. And I've made my share. But that
listen,
said,
Corey.
I try to learn from them.
Corey, let's not fuck around here. I'm from Brooklyn, and I tell it like it is. I never lie. That's why our show is such a success, because we don't bullshit our audiences. Corey, I read your book. That
Yeah.
fucking book was so good, and
Thank you.
I could have cried from reading it,
Oh,
knowing
God bless.
what you went through and how ashamed I am sometimes of being gay, because gay people do terrible things to people
Oh,
sometimes.
you know what? It is not about being gay, man. It is not about being gay. And do not take the blame on yourself because that has nothing to do
No,
with it.
but gay men should not, or people should not abuse
Yeah,
anyone.
it's people abusing people. Listen, at the end of the day, let me tell you something, Ron. It's like this. When I was a kid, I was molested by both men and women. Okay, the first woman, not the first woman, I'd say probably the second, maybe third woman that I had sex with was an adult. I was 15 years old. She was a porn star who was picking me up and taking me to the drive-in and doing things with me in her car. And I mean, it was like a mom picking up a kid. It was ridiculous, but I didn't think it was a bad thing. Because why? Because I was a kid, so I thought, oh, this was cool, right? Every kid's fantasy is to have some, hot for teacher experience, some adult woman that comes and, and
Absolutely. That's
right.
not what
But guess
that's.
what? But hold on. But that is part of it. It is part of it, because here's the problem. The problem is people glorify that. People think, oh, well, that's okay. It's not okay. None of it's
Right.
okay.
It's really not okay.
No, it's not.
Well, let's
And
put it
and
this way: certain American Indians, or Native Americans, we should call them now, go with their grandmothers to learn to have sex.
oh,
Oh
wow.
yes, the
Yeah.
grandmother's job is to teach the child how to have sex.
And this is
Wait a
why
minute,
we've
hang on.
progressed.
A 15-year-old boy with a porno star is every 15-year-old boy's dream.
I get that, but that doesn't make it right.
And but wait,
That doesn't make it right.
no, but it was natural sex. But when the sex is not natural, that's when
Well,
you get when you
listen.
get a heterosexual boy
Anyway,
and you try to inflict on that heterosexual
Yes, of
boy.
course, that's terrible. It's rape, but it could also be rape. Let's say that that boy is gay. Let's say that that 15-year-old boy is gay, and a woman having sex with him is traumatizing because he sees his mom or whatever. I mean,
absolutely.
you're not mature enough to handle those kinds of decisions at that age. That's the point. That's why we got to leave
Absolutely.
the kids alone.
Your book was
When I was 15, I wanted to bang Sophia Loren so bad.
right. We
And if
all did, but
because
if
I
Sophia
made a movie
Loren,
with when I was 19, I made a movie with her, and I got to know her as a person. And I
yeah.
told
Well,
her that.
at 19, you could bang her.
No, I told her on the set about my fantasy, and she started to laugh. She thought it was so funny. But
Yeah. Did anything come of it?
I think that no, nothing came of it.
no, Sophia,
Damn.
no.
Damn.
She's a lovely person. Like I
Yes,
said, I
but you were
spoke.
19. You were legal. She could have gone with it,
No,
at
no, no,
that
no.
point.
She was with
Oh,
Cary
married.
Grant. She
Married.
was a
Oh, well,
Cary Grant at the time. What the fuck does she
yeah,
want with
exactly.
me?
Tough upstage
Please.
Cary Grant, Ron. I'm sorry
You
about
bet
that.
you bet
I
your
think though
ass.
that you have gone through a lot though. You've come out on the other
You
side.
came
You've
out
made it
great.
public. You're fabulous. I mean, besides the
Thank you.
bomb exposure, you got like great films
Yeah, exactly, right?
under your belt. I want to talk about the films, and you're
And
in
wait,
it.
and your name is still Ace.
Yes,
Oh, God bless you. Thank you.
Your name didn't go in the shit can.
I want to
Well,
like.
Okay?
Go ahead.
listen. I again, I feel very blessed for these things, but I've fought hard. I've been out
Because
there in the
you're
trenches.
tough. You're tough.
Yeah, man, you gotta be. You gotta have rhino skin. You gotta have balls of steel like Superman to get it through. Because
Absolutely.
otherwise you're gonna just get, lumped in with the rest. You're gonna get thrown to the wayside. And trust me, they've tried many times over. But aside from God, the thing that I thank the most is my loving and dedicated fans, the Feld fam, we call them. Feld fans, whatever. But they're an amazing group of people. That's the core base. The core base that listen to everything I say on Twitter and repost everything for me, and they support me and they promote me, and God bless those people. They are the ones that I do this for. They're the reason why I thrive, and they're the ones that keep me going. I mean,
And they and they and
100%.
they've been with you for
Forever.
a few decades.
That's it. That's exactly right. And so the thing is, it's the longevity of my fan base. It's not about how many of them there are, although we're grateful we've got fans all over the world. There's millions of them. But the hardcore group, they're the ones that really keep the pulse going. And they're the ones that I speak to on a direct basis. We have like an interaction, we have a relationship. I know them by first names. And that's the way it should be. Because when you dedicate yourself to your fans, they dedicate themselves to you. And it's
Absolutely. And
reciprocal.
now you're going to be at the Soho Johnny
No,
event.
no,
Oh, he's
no,
not?
no,
I thought he was.
no, no.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did I say something I shouldn't?
Yes.
Well, fuck it. I don't give a shit. I said it anyway.
Either
Well,
way,
But anyway,
let's just say
well,
there's been talks.
here's
There's been talks. Nothing's been resolved
wait,
yet.
negotiated.
So.
wait, Corey. Here's where I was going with that. I was going to say I will meet you in person, and
Oh,
I wanted to give you a celebratory hug,
well, I
and that
hope
hug
that
would have
happens.
and that hug
it
would
will
have
happen. 'Cause
and that hug would have been. I'm so proud of you because after knowing what I know, what I've read, and what I know about you, you are such a fucking survivor, and you are such an image for other people who have been abused. That they should. I only encourage everyone to read his book. Get it? You can get it probably on eBay or what is it, YouTube or some
no,
shit,
Amazon.
whatever, Amazon.
You can actually buy them on my website. You can go to my website at
Okay,
Corey
but
Feldman.
and we
anyone
sell
out there,
autographed copies.
anyone out there, any young person listening to our show who has been sexually abused, please follow Corey Feldman's footsteps.
Hang on, you guys. I'm gonna tell me this. You guys can get everything. Corey Feldman's got a very inclusive website. It has everything on it in one place.
We've got a few websites, and we just opened my brand new store
NFT
through
store.
Cosmic Wire. That's right, and it's an NFT store. And oh my god, my battery.
But you can actually get to the Corey Feldman NFT store. You can get to it through CoreyFeldman.net. There's a tab on there that takes you there because I was there this morning.
Absolutely.
So if you guys go to CoreyFeldman.net, you can get to all of them. And I hope your battery doesn't die.
That's what I was about to say. I might have to pause it and switch out batteries here
And
before I lose you guys.
Corey,
can you plug it in?
Corey,
No, I would need to pause my interview for a minute so I can go grab the backup charger, which will prevent it from shutting down on us.
Okay, go run and get it. Can you just run it?
Okay.
Leave it running?
Yeah. So
yeah, go get it. Go get it. We're gonna talk.
I'll be
hey,
right
you guys.
Talk-
Isn't Corey Feldman's great, you guys? So
he has so much influence on the world. I'm going to get to that about suicide. That's my thing in life. I fight for suicide because I've lost friends over the years who couldn't cope or deal with what they became, and they committed suicide. And suicide.
actually, everybody was saying how much they love this too.
Well, today suicide is the number one killer of gay kids. I don't know why, because gay has never been as acceptable as it is today. But somehow,
Bullying, it's because of that cyberbullying.
well, somehow
don't
gay
get.
gay people are still killing themselves at ages 13 and 14 and 15. The stories I've gotten from these gay boys were they were raped by their uncles or their grandfathers, which has got to be the most mind-blowing thing, to be
Oh,
raped
shit, he
by
disappeared. So I
a
guess he's
family
coming back.
member.
There he is. There he's back. So hang on,
Okay.
you guys. Listen up. So besides going
Well,
to
wait
Corey,
a second. Let me finish what I'm saying. It's important, Jimmy.
okay.
And I encourage all the young people out there, the young straight and gay people, if you have been
You're getting
raped,
bullied.
if you have been raped by a family member, that is the most tragic thing that can happen to a youth, to have your uncle molest you or your grandfather or your grandmother. Please don't kill yourself. That's not the answer. Do what Corey Feldman did and a bunch of other people.
Yay, Corey is back. They
Okay.
said. There we go. So you
And,
guys,
and I wish Corey Feldman had a site that you could go to where he could explain to you that killing yourself is not the answer. That's defeatist. It's a fetus.
Yeah, that would
You
be a
have to,
great thing.
yeah, you have to real, and Corey, that's my fight today is all the young gay people that are committing suicide. Why?
And getting
There's an
bullied.
epidemic of gay suicide. 14, 15, 13-year-old boys killing themselves because their uncles raped them. I mean, what kind of
Yep.
fucking uncle?
Yep.
What kind of animals
No,
are
I
these
mean, listen,
uncles?
I get it. This is exactly what I've been fighting against for years. But I also have to tell you, it's a nefarious world out there. And when you're fighting for children's rights, when you're fighting for changing laws, which I've done, I've helped change laws now in 3 states with my help
Good
with
for
Child
you.
USA,
Good for you.
working as an ambassador for Child USA, which actually is the one responsible for the CVA getting passed and the window that was just opened up in New York City, so that victims could go forward and actually get civil cases against their predators. So that's something that I've been working very diligently on for the last several years. But the thing is, when you fight against these things, when you go up against this power, whatever it is, it's a very big, very dark power, and
Yes.
they attack you with everything they've got. I have dealt with the most horrendous lies, blatant lies, defamation, violence, attack. I mean, literally threats on my life, attacks on my life. Propaganda where they go around saying that I'm the bad guy instead of them. They try to spin it around for anybody that doesn't follow or really know the story, and they get sucked into their web of lies. I mean, it's just amazing the efforts and the lengths that they go to disseminate anything that you put out as information and try and spin it back around on you and make you look like the culprit, make you look like the bad guy,
I
and
know
cover
that
themselves
well.
up. This is the process. It's called gaslighting. And they do
Yes.
this well. They do this well. So, look, that is the reason why I think more than anything, and I'm not saying whether you're gay or not, obviously gay kids are feeling this more, but it's survivors in general, man. It's survivors in general, because if you're a survivor and you finally find the courage to get out there and confront it and to face it, that's their biggest fear. So they come after you with guns blazing, and you've got to be
I've
strong
seen it.
enough. You've got to be dedicated enough to just keep braving the wind and moving forward. Now, that said, I'm at a point where I'm not trying to be the mascot for this fight against predators, because I can't. I've got my own life, my own family, my own career, and things that I've got to worry about, and I got to stay safe. But that said, I did what I promised. I made a film. I told the whole truth. The film was out there, and now I've moved to the next phase, which is emotional support for people who do need help. I have no problem. I'll sit there and talk to people on the phone for hours. I can't be the band leader, because when I tried, nobody stood behind me. Nobody stood
Yes.
with me. People were so terrified to admit what I was saying was the truth, that it's just like, look, I can do this if I have an army, but I can't do it as a lone wolf. It just doesn't work that
I
way.
followed all of it. I saw the documentary that you did. I've read the
Thank
book.
you. Thank you,
And
Jimmy.
I follow you on social media, which we should tell everybody. You can follow Corey on Instagram. He's CDOGG22, and on Twitter he's Corey_Feldman. And again, his
That's right.
website is CoreyFeldman.net. I need you to do me another favor too. So we have this cool guy. He's a very cool. He's the
Wait, you
coolest.
missed one thing. Wait, you missed a very important thing. My brand new website,
Oh, we're
which
gonna
is
go with that
called
too. We're gonna talk all about that in a second. Go ahead.
CFNFT and me. Well, it's just CFNFTandme.com. That's it. I just want to throw
We're
that
gonna
in.
talk about that in a
You said
minute.
it too fast anyway.
Say
Do
it
it.
slow.
CF, like my initials, NFT in the letter N, me. So it's CF, NFT, and me. And very
.com.
simple. .com. Yeah,
We
exactly.
we have a lot of old bags that watch our show. So
I'm sorry.
we old
Listen,
we old
you're
folk
not.
we don't get it so quick. You got to go slow with us.
You're not old to me. Listen, we're all as young as we want to be, right? It's in our
Right,
hearts, in our
right.
minds, and our
But
souls.
I am also writing I just wrote a movie. I'm writing another one, and it's about an uncle who molests his young
Oh no.
nephew. Oh yeah, I'm going in to show them the truth, and I'm going to show how
Good.
this young man survives and overcomes it and becomes a spokesperson for child abuse. And I
So
think
this
it's
is a
going to
biography? Is it a
no.
biographical
I
film?
no,
Or?
I've never been abused. I must tell you that I've never
Oh,
been
okay, good.
never. I'm not an abused boy.
Good.
I came from a very rough Italian family, mafioso. They don't abuse; they just
Right.
kill.
Yeah, but they probably weren't too thrilled to find out you were gay.
Well, my father wasn't so upset. He said, "I'd rather see you dead in the grave than gay."
Exactly.
Yeah,
That
exactly.
pretty
you-
much sums it up.
do you think my father was upset?
No, not at all. Why would he
Well,
be, right?
Hang on.
Well,
Okay.
I got married for 16 years to a woman, and I have children, so they were kind of happy with that shit. I guess they
Right,
figured their faggot son straightened himself out. But then when
right.
they were dead, I went gay again. So fuck it.
Oh, well, you know what? You know,
But I'm
you had the
thinking of
best.
going straight again.
Yeah, you never know. You had the best of both worlds, right?
You bet your
Besides
buns I
that,
did.
and besides that, who has to have a label anyway? How about you're just a loving being that wants
Well,
to express
well,
themselves?
I met one of the most wonderful people in the world, Jimmy Starr, who I love and adore, respect so much.
God
Um,
bless you.
yeah, so Jimmy's a special person. If he wasn't the person he is, I wouldn't be with him.
So how long have you two been a thing?
We're married 10 years in October.
Oh, isn't that beautiful? Look at that.
Yeah.
Amazing. Amazing, amazing.
Legally married.
Isn't
So
that great?
yes, it is. It's
It is.
fabulous. He's fabulous. He's a fabulous partner.
Well, I
So
didn't
are
mean,
you.
isn't it great being married to him? I'm just saying, isn't it great that you got to get married at all, right? That's such a
Oh
huge,
yes,
big
that's
thing.
nice.
I mean, come on.
I fought for that for years, Corey. It didn't come.
Yeah.
I'm a very outspoken person, and I have the media because I am media. I've been media for 25 years, so I used my media connections and my media voice to help get the vote across for gay
We have
marriage.
like we just broke 1 billion streams. This show has just broken 1 billion
Yeah.
streams.
Right now,
Wow.
right now, over 5 million
So like
people
5 million
are
people,
watching and
not right
listening.
now, but over the time.
You're welcome. No, I'm just
Yes.
joking.
No, we're
I'm
gonna.
just joking.
I think a show with you is gonna be very big. Our
I'm
biggest
just
show.
teasing.
Our
I'm
biggest
just
Yeah,
show
no,
has.
teasing.
that's why I wanted to get those points out because we have a lot of gay people that watch our show, young gay people, because the young guys think I'm wild. I'm like their grandfather or great grandfather. And I get emails saying, "Oh, Ron Russell, you're so cool and you make me feel so good."
Oh, well, there you go. Look at that. That's all that matters anyway, right?
And they say, "You make me feel so good because I feel dirty."
Which is
Oh,
nice. So it's nice. He gets a lot of support.
I am so involved with this.
So anyway,
How can any young kid, 14, feel dirty? God forbid.
oh, God bless you. God bless you. You know what?
so
It's look at your heart. Your heart, man. It's beautiful to see. It's beautiful to see that somebody still gives a crap.
Oh, I give
absolutely.
it
That's
to
what
him.
matters.
Because youth is a beautiful thing. It should never be unhappy.
That's right. That's right. And you know
We
what?
have
The innocence of a child must be respected and preserved. That is
Yeah.
the most important thing in this planet. You know, what would God say if he knew that, the innocence of these children was being ripped from them because of selfish, uncaring, cold, dissident people? I mean, that's the whole, at the end of it, that's what it's all about.
Corey, I'm also going to shoot a movie soon. They're getting funding for it about young slave trade, about all
Yep.
these young kids. And I play a detective who goes after. I can't wait to play that part because I'm going to get an Academy Award for it. Because when I do that part and I have to say the lines I say, I'm going to be the best actor in the world because I'm not acting.
Because you
I'm
feel it
saying,
from your heart.
I'm telling it like I was really the detective that's going to bust these motherfuckers. Yeah.
I
Hey,
love
never stop doing what you're doing, but always know you got to be careful. You got to be careful because as soon as you start waging this war, you got to look over your shoulder. And unfortunately, that's the truth. So keep
Yes.
yourself safe.
Yeah, but
Keep yourself safe.
if they know who I am, they're not going to play with me because if they play with me, they're
Mm,
playing with a lot of bad people.
I understand. I understand that. I
Anyone
understand
that
that, but
anyone I've been told this by a very very big shot from New York. Ron, if anybody ever bothers you, you let me know. We'll take care of it.
I like that.
Anyway,
I like that.
so hold on. We're gonna change the topic here a little bit now.
No,
because
I really, listen. I knew Corey Feldman was going to get us a zillion trillion people, and I wanted to get my point. I was using Corey as my crucifix to say, no, you carry a crucifix so people get attention when you speak religion. Well, Corey was my crucifix. He was going
Oh
to bring
God.
people in. No, do you realize how many people we could have helped today? Do you realize when these young people see you and they say, look at him? He's okay. He's normal. He's happy. He's talking. He's not fucked up. He's not
Right.
feeling dirty. He doesn't feel dirty. You
Right.
right now are a legend. You're like God for them.
Iconic is the word.
Iconic.
Iconic
And
is
I
the word.
Well,
love you. I
listen.
love you. And I knew it was going to happen. I'm going to get such fan mail. I'm going to send it, forward it to you. I'm going to get such emails you won't believe
So
about
okay.
this show. How many kids, all you kids out there that are listening or watching us, listen to what Corey said.
And
Listen
read
to
his
what
book.
everybody says.
All right, so let's
Yes,
move on
please
because
read
we
the book. Choreography is important. It's a very
Read
important book.
his
Choreography.
book. You will
Very
not put,
cathartic.
you will not put the book down. It's a fast read, by the way. It's not. He doesn't linger. He goes right for the
I
kill.
believe it's 222 pages and
Yeah,
22 chapters.
it's a fast read. It's a very fast read.
All right, so real quick, because we've got like 18 minutes and a lot of things to cover. So first of all,
Okay.
I need you to do me one more favor. So we have this guy. He's a white rapper. He's a very good friend of ours. His name's Twism Whitepiece, and he actually wrote one of our theme songs for the show.
Okay.
He's super cool, and he's got 5 kids he takes care of, and one of them special needs, and he's been with the same woman forever. He's just the coolest guy ever, and he's in the chat room. He's a big fan. If you could just say, "Hey, Twism," or anything you want, shout out for him because he doesn't get to come with us a lot because he's always taking care of his kids, but he's a big fan.
Hey, Twism, what's up? I don't like sarcasm. Don't get your jism all over the bism. You know what I'm saying?
I nicknamed him Twism Big Piece,
I like it. I like it. That's
and
got it's got
he
a
likes
statement
it
to
too.
it.
Oh, he just
Yeah.
said thank you, and I messed up. He has 6 kids because he just had another one recently.
Oh.
So
Right,
6
he
kids.
just had a baby.
He's
Dism.
adorable.
That's what I have to say
Hey,
about
hey,
that.
well, I want to ask Twism, were you ever abused?
No, he wasn't abused.
What? Don't answer for
I know. I know that. I've had many conversations.
You
with
don't know
Twism.
that. Did you ever
We're
ask
like
him if
very
he was
good friends.
sexually abused? Did you ever ask
I don't
him?
want to ask everybody that at the moment.
I ask everybody that because you know what? Jane Russell, the movie
They said
legend.
no.
Wait, you know the movie legend Jane Russell, the movie star?
Yes, of course. Who doesn't?
Okay,
Well,
Jane
kids
Russell.
today don't, but I grew
Well,
up at least hearing about her.
okay,
I never saw her movies or anything.
Jane Russell and I were the best of friends could ever be. I mean,
Oh, wow.
buddies. We hung out together. We stayed in each other's homes. And Jane Russell, who was a Christian, not a born again, folks, because she was a Christian all her life. She didn't get born. She made that point clear. Said to me, I have found, Ron, that most gay people had been sexually abused as children. And she believed that. And I said, well, I wasn't, and a few other people weren't.
I wasn't.
Right.
So hold on. Let's
Yeah.
go on because we got to keep moving
It's
here.
a myth. It's a myth. It's a myth. Anyway, go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay, so let's since you brought up the NFT, let's bring it up. First of all, do you know enough about NFT to tell people what it actually is?
I do. Well, I mean, let's say the layman version. Okay, I can't get into
Okay.
the complicated
Right,
stuff, but
the
I
layman version. Yes.
can give you the short-term layman version, which is essentially an NFT stands for non-fungible token. Okay, so which basically means it has no value, right? But at the end of the day, it does have a value, and it will always hold a value. So the thing that makes it particularly unique is it is a digital piece of art, a digital imprint. It's something that is only sold over the internet, and you cannot physically taste, touch, or feel. But that said, it lives in perpetuity. And the thing that makes it great, and let me give you a little example of what we're doing. So we've just launched my brand new NFT store, cfnftinme.com, as it sounds. And that website we launched by selling a really ridiculous thing that happens to be actually a bit sentimental and have some nostalgia for everybody, because 2 days ago on the 22nd was the 35th anniversary of Stand By Me.
Stand By Me, yes.
And so for the 35th anniversary of Stand By Me, we wanted to do something very special. Well, it turns out that, well, first of all, with this whole new lease on my life, I've hit this turning point, hitting the 5-0. I decided I wanted a reset. I've spent my entire life dedicated to filmmaking, making my movies, and really having no other life. I mean, aside from little dips here and there where I went into the music, or little dips here and there with my charity work and my philanthropic work, but I never really took a vacation. I never took time off. I've done 3 movies a year my whole life. And so I got to this point where I said, you know what, with everything I've been through, and especially with the last few years and all the attacks and all the drama and the BS, fighting for children's rights, I don't think that I have the will to sit there and play the game, you know, in Hollywood anymore. I just got tired of it. I don't want to do it anymore.
Well,
I don't want to play that game.
It's not your Hollywood anymore. It's a whole new
That's right.
Hollywood.
That's
Now
exactly
listen,
right.
Wait,
Now,
let him
hold
finish.
on, hold on.
wait,
Let me finish.
I'm going back
Let
to
me
that.
finish, Ron. Let me finish.
No. I have to. I know I have to interrupt because I have to go right where you are talking. Please tell us who these people are that have opposed you.
No,
about
not
what you
no.
do.
Wait, we got to finish the NFT thing. Go to the NFT
Yeah,
thing.
I don't want to go back into that again. So I'm telling you that we're doing something very innovative and different, which is we are trying to bring the audience in to a very special experience, which is that I went into my vaults and I said, if I'm done with this, if I'm not going to do this anymore, and I haven't made that decision final, but I mean, like, that's where I'm at right now. I want to focus on my music. You know, I want to get away from, like I said, I'm not a superhero. I'm taking off the cape. I'm going back to being an artist, you know, which is where my, you know, God has given me those skills. God has given me those talents to be able to do that. When I put out music, it helps people. It's a different way of helping people. It helps people connect to their soul, and it's very positive. So you know, I can get my messages out, I can get my thoughts out, I can get my feelings out through music. So we're putting out this incredible box set at the end of the year. This is something I've been working on for many years, actually since the film that I put out was completed. The next thing I dove into was this box set, which is going to be a celebration of my first CD, my first album, which was called Love Left. And what we've done with the help of, I don't know if you know who Don Dawkins is, but great legendary
Yes.
rock
Yep.
guitarist, rock god from
Talking.
the 80s. And so Dawkins helped me take all of my old 2-inch master tapes that were like literally the old Ampex tapes, and you know, they become crap, you know, after the years they fall apart because they lose their magnets. So Don Dawkins helped me by baking these tapes and getting them remagnetized so that we could digitize them, clean them up first meticulously, and then digitize them and transfer them into a digital modern 24 track, you know, kind of display where we could put them on Pro Tools and all that stuff. So we took those tracks, we've been remixing them, remastering them, and in some cases reinventing them with my partner, Jared Fink, or Blazar as he's known in the EDM world. And Blazar has helped me by remixing and creating this, what we call a new mix, NUMIX, of our newest single, which is called Feeling Funky.
Feeling funky.
That's right, which is off my original album, Love Left. And what we've done is we've done a new mix of that. We've remixed a bunch of it. We're putting that back out in a box set with tons of unreleased material that dates all the way back to 1986 when I was actually still living at my father's apartment. And we're even putting out the video called Runaway, which was the first video that I ever wrote and directed. And it's about runaway kids. And it was actually a foretelling of my future. And even the craziest thing is in that video, you like this, Ron, the two guys that ended up drugging me and molesting me are in the damn music video that we're letting out for the first time, because I didn't know any better. I was like, oh yeah, these guys are cool. I didn't know they hadn't molested me yet. I didn't know what was coming. And they're doing the choreography, dancing alongside me in this video. So anyway, that's my very first video. Stuff that people have never had a chance to see, stuff that people have never experienced, going all the way back to my first concerts, my first appearances on the Nickelodeon Kids' Choice Awards. I actually performed, sang, and danced on the very first Nickelodeon Kids' Choice Awards. So we're going to take all of these videos, all of this music that's never been released, demos, stuff that was compiled for my first album, which ended up on multiple film soundtracks, but was never put out for the audience to purchase as an album or as music that could be sold and listened to at home. So we're for the first time taking all those songs, putting them into CDs, putting them in a format. We've created a beautiful 40-page color magazine. We're giving all the lyrics, all the production notes. There's lots of goodies and toys inside the box, lots of surprises. And this whole thing is hopefully coming out in time for Hanukkah and Christmas this year. And it will include a sequel to the first album, which is called Love Left 2, Army with Love. And that's the sequel. So all of that is in this box set, brand new album. But on top of all that, we decided if we're going to go excavate through these vaults, let's go through all the memorabilia that I've saved up through the years and immortalize it by turning it into NFTs. So that's how we get to the NFTs, because we're digging through all my vaults and we're like, oh my God, look at this thing from Goonies. Look at this thing from Stand By Me. Look at this thing from Lost Boy. All my films, we have costume, we have wardrobes, we have, you know, different props or things that nobody else in the world could possibly get their hands on. And it doesn't stop there, because you have to realize I've lived such a colorful life that I've had the opportunity to be friends with people like Michael Jackson, or Pink Floyd, or members of the Beatles, and
Actually, you're really good friends with Scott Page, right? Because we're really good friends
that's
with
right.
Scott
Yes,
Page.
yes.
Yes, we love
Scott
Scott.
Page of Pink Floyd. We love Scott. Yes,
Actually,
and
too,
he's actually
Scott is my good buddy.
oh, he's a
everybody in
great man, great man.
everybody in the
And I
chat.
love it, and I love his wife, Wayne. She's a
Yes,
doll too.
Everybody in the chat
yes.
room is talking about your NFT right now. That if you go on right now to your NFT site, you can get the ear, the replica of your ear from Stand By Me. They're writing.
Right. So let me explain to you exactly what it is. So
Yes.
as we launch this big brand new NFT store through Cosmic Wire, we decided we wanted to tokenize and gamify as many items as we could. So we started with this ear. Now here's the crazy thing. It's a great story. I haven't told it yet, so you get the exclusive on this.
Yay, exclusive on the Jimmy Star Show with Ron Russell.
That's right. So let me tell you how this
We
whole
like
ear thing
exclusive.
started. This is how the whole ear thing started. So a friend of mine by the name, we call him Sky Phoenix, okay? He's a guy that was on the set every day of Stand By Me. He acted as River Phoenix kind of guardian, or, set sitter, however you want to call it. I mean, it was interesting because River's whole family was there. They all rented a house kind of away from town a little bit on the outskirts. It was a nice farmhouse, and they were all vegetarians and vegans, and, loved being around animals and stuff. So I would go stay there with River sometimes. We even actually directed, I think I directed a music video for him, or he directed his own music video and I starred in it. I don't remember which was which, but maybe one I starred in and one he directed. But anyway, so point being, we did some music videos, we did some personal private projects together, and he taught me about being a vegetarian and being a vegan while we spent that time together. And so anyway, this guy Sky, I think his real name is George, was on the set with us every day, and he was River's chaperone. And so I guess one day he decided to grab the prosthetic ear after I took it off, because I would, I'd have to put these damn things on every day. It's a prosthetic ear because my character Teddy had his ear held in the stove by his father and burnt it off. That was the description in the script. So they took this prosthetic ear that, I would have every day, and they would glue it on, and then they would rip it off and all that at the end of the day. So one day when I ripped it off, he took it, threw it in his pocket, and 35 years later, or maybe it was 30 years later to be exact, he calls me up and he goes, "I got a surprise for you." And I said, "What's that?" And he says, "Remember your ear?" I said, "Of course." He goes, "I got one." I said, "What do you mean you got one?" He goes, "I got your ear, man. It's in my pocket right now." I'm like, "What do you mean my freaking ear is in your pocket? What are you talking about, dude?" And he's like, "No, I've got your prosthetic ear from the set." And I'm like, "That's amazing." So he gave it back to me. And it's one of those items, that mysterious items that are sitting in my vault for all these years. So I'm like, this is amazing. I can't believe it. So all these years later, as we start getting into the world of NFTs, and this becomes this revolutionary new thing, we thought, what an amazing opportunity where we can, use this stuff, put it to good use, and make it for a good cause, helping to raise money for children, helping to raise money against bullying and against cancer and against all these sorts of things. Let's take this money and do it, good causes with it. And how we can get the money? Well, we're going to get the money. Obviously, you can sell the ear, but if you sell the ear, it's a one-shot deal. How do we do this so that we can give something back to the fans, so the fans can be in on this, like they're a part of it, and make it cheap enough, something that's, really, really cheap and easy to obtain, so that everybody can play along? Because obviously NFTs are selling for like $1 million. And if you sell that as an original piece of art, like, who knows what it's going to go for? Just as a movie memorabilia item, it could be $20,000. It could be, $1 million. It could be $100,000. We don't know what it's going to sell for. Because people spend a lot of money on that crazy stuff, especially if it's going to charity. So we wanted to make something that was easy and affordable. So we called up my friend Vince Gaustini, who is a amazing Academy Award nominated special effects artist himself. And we asked him to do us a solid and make a new mold of my ear. So we made an updated current mold of my ear, and through his wizardry, he created a replica of Teddy's burnt ear from the movie that we're calling Corey's burnt ear. And you can now buy it on
as
my
an
website.
NFT.
as an NFT, but actually as a real ear. So you can actually buy this thing and it can be sent to you in the mail and you just put it on over your real ear and it's like a slipcase, I think. And that's it. And then you've got ear. You can wear it for cosplay, you can wear it for Halloween, all that kind of stuff. But the best part is with the purchase of an ear, you get a free NFT. And the NFT, as I was explaining earlier, it's free, so it doesn't have any value at the moment. But the longer you hold it, the more value it will have. And then when you decide to trade it or sell it or whatever, then guess what? That's where the value begins. Because then, say you sell it for 20 bucks. Somebody comes along and goes, "Oh, I'll buy it for 20 bucks," but they're a trader. They know that this has value. So they turn around and sell theirs for 100 bucks, right? That same year. Well, now somebody who's like a bigger trader comes along and goes, "Oh, 100 bucks. Oh man, one day this thing will be worth thousands. I'll go ahead and buy it for 500 bucks." So every time that thing trades hands and makes another sale, the original seller gets a percentage, which means every single person along the thread gets a percentage.
See, now that part
from
I
their
didn't
sale.
know.
Yes,
That part I
which
didn't
is
know. That's
why-
very cool.
Which is why, even though it's like, oh yeah, it's a thing he's giving out for free. No, I'm giving you real value. That's like handing you Bitcoin and saying one day this is going to be worth money.
Bitcoin.
You know, right?
I had
Ron had a movie.
I was in a movie. I played a general in the army, and one of my lines was Bitcoin. I had such
he
trouble.
couldn't remember Bitcoin.
I don't know why that word haunts me, but I had trouble.
That's
I had
funny.
such trouble with it. I kept flubbing my line with that damn Bitcoin.
So you guys
Right.
then listen up. So Corey's got his website, CoreyFeldman.net, and then tell us the NFT site again to buy the ear.
Again, CF, like my initials, NFT. And
Slowly,
okay,
slowly.
geez.
Remember, we have old big. We have old.
Everybody in the chat room is already looking at it.
We have old bigs watching slowly.
Okay, one more
come on.
time,
I have
Corey.
more faith in your audience than you do, I think, Ron. But
No,
you
I
guys
love-
can pull it together.
My audience loves me and I love them.
Of
But
course
no, I know
they
there's
do. God
no,
bless.
we have a lot of people all over the world. Don't forget that watch us, and their
That's
English
true.
is not
That's
so
true.
hot. So
It's
for
broken.
the people,
It's broken.
yeah, for the people all over the like in Paris or England. No, England is good, but like Germany, give it to them slow because they have a little trouble with
All right,
English.
go ahead, because we only have a couple minutes, and I have to talk about a couple things.
I'll
ahead.
give it to him slow and sexy.
No, I tell
Ron.
that to
all
all.
right,
I
here
tell-
we go.
Okay.
Okay. CF. N as in Nancy. F as in Feldman. T as in timeline. NFT. N as in Nancy.
Me.com.
Dot
Good.
com.
Good.
There
we
you guys
just-
go. And
right
also,
now.
you guys,
Sexy enough?
so you guys,
No,
Corey's.
only I tell all the guests to do this because they forget that we're an international show. We're
Right.
all over the world right now. We're in every country there is.
So
in
you
the
guys
world.
listen up. So Corey,
Yep.
I did not know that Feeling Funky was off Love Left, the very first CD, because you have a bunch of CDs that you've really like. People
That's
don't.
right.
I don't know if everybody knows that you've been a musician for like 30 years or something, like many years.
Over 35 years, actually. Over 35 years, which is
I-
crazy, right? Like that seems mind blowing to me, but that's where it is.
But you
Yeah.
updated Feeling Funky, you guys. You can download it. You can stream it on Spotify. It's fantastic. It's
Thank
a really
you.
good show. And actually, your outfit that you wear for the cover of it is phenomenal with the pink Doc Martens or whatever
Thank
those
you.
are.
Thank
Like,
you
that
very
is-
much.
like,
Yes.
Pink's like my
The-
favorite, so I love it.
You know what those are? Those are swag. Those are pink vegan shoes, platforms that are pink vegan faux leather. Amazing, right? Who would have
Well,
thunk it?
And they look so good. So I have a
They do.
question from the chat room because they're asking questions about, I don't even know anything about it. Friday the 13th fan film. Are you in a Friday the 13th fan film?
I am. It's a film. I did a very brief cameo. So don't be expecting me to star in or anything like that. But I do make a quick appearance in. It's called F13 Fanboy, I believe it's called. But as much as it's a fan film, it's not really a fan film. It was done. It's a very independent, very low budget film. But that said, it's a really amazing cast they were able to put together. I mean, it's a bunch of cameos, but still. They got a bunch of cool horror people to jump on board. I know there's a few people, I should say, from the original Friday 13th franchise, including the director, who I believe was the star of part 2,
Yes.
Deborah Voorhees. And, lovely lady. lovely, talented, cast and crew, and it was a very nice experience. And it seems like a cute little movie, to be honest. I think it could actually be a fan favorite amongst, well, the fans.
Hey,
Absolutely.
Corey,
Yeah.
without the sunglasses, and this is no smoke up your ass either, this is the truth. I'm looking at you, and guess what? I see the boy you used to be. You
Oh,
really have
bless
not,
you.
no, you really have not changed. Your facial
Yeah, I don't even have
expressions are the
wrinkles.
same. Your mouth expressions are the same.
And you don't have
You
any
really, you
wrinkles.
really didn't, you really look still like, you still look like Corey Feldman. You know, a lot of
Well,
people
thanks. I'm
change.
checking myself in the mirror here. No, I've been very
No, but
fortunate,
I see that, I see the little boy now that you
Thank you.
were,
Thank you.
if
You
you
know
can
what it is,
understand that.
Jimmy? And Ron, I'll give you the lowdown. This is very, it's very simple, actually. I don't drink alcohol. I don't smoke cigarettes, and I don't eat red meat. I don't eat any meat for that matter. But I've been a vegetarian since I was 12 years old, since the set of Stand By Me, actually, which is where I made the decision to go full vegetarian. It started on Goonies, and then I made the decision on Stand By Me. But I believe wholeheartedly that what you put into your body is a reflection of what you look like. So,
He does
So
too. He
that's
doesn't eat red meat either.
80,
I love it.
81 years old. I'm doing a close up.
God bless. Yeah, you look freaking great, man. Look at you.
No
Your skin looks
surgery.
amazing.
Wait, there's no fillers, no facelifts, no
Yeah,
nothing
me
in
either.
my
I
face.
don't use any
And
filters
you know
either.
what?
No.
And
Good.
I eat what nature gives me. In other words, I eat seasonal. I learned that Italian people in Italy eat seasonal. That's why they have wonderful skin and a lot of olive oil. If the if tomatoes are in, I eat tomato. When cucumbers are up, I eat cucumbers. So I
Right.
eat
You
seasonally,
probably eat a lot
and
of celery too. You eat a lot of fresh celery, don't you?
I eat celery. Yes, I love celery with
Well,
vinegar
can
and
I tell you
salt.
a secret? I'm going to tell you a
Yes.
secret. Okay, if you want to clean your liver and you want to feel better, start drinking 16 ounces of fresh squeezed celery juice every
Delicious,
morning on an empty
delicious.
stomach. On an empty stomach, let me tell you, it is a miracle drug. This natural medicine literally will detox and clean your liver. If you do this every day, I'll give you a challenge right now. Everybody who's watching, 30 days, try it. 30 days, every day, wake up and drink celery juice. It helps if you're vegetarian. It helps if you're even more if you're vegan. But either way, no matter what, even if you're still eating hamburgers, just try it.
Ugh.
30 days on an empty stomach, fresh squeezed celery juice. You have to have a good juicer to get the celery juice, or go to a
Right.
place like Whole Foods that can do it for you if you're lazy. But point being, you got to try it. It is a miracle. I have never seen anything like it. My wife, Courtney, is a health coach, and she advises this to all of her clients, and it works.
I love
Well,
it.
also the best thing is a tablespoon, or I'm sorry, a teaspoon of virgin olive oil every morning before coffee. Olive oil. I'm telling you right now. I
Well,
put olive oil.
Ron. The coffee part is the downside of that conversation
No, no,
right
no, 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 no. No, 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 no,
there.
no. I want you to know a
There's
fact.
nothing healthy
No,
about coffee.
no. They are finding now that coffee can prevent heart failure. No, they're finding that coffee bean is not so
He doesn't
terrible.
use soap.
No, I don't use soap. I wash my face with olive oil. That's why my skin is so
I don't
nice.
use soap either. I don't use soap either. I never
That's
put
hilarious.
soap on my face.
Never on my, no, never.
No
I use
soap, no creams, no lotions, no
no, you
anti-aging
use
anything.
you listen,
None of it.
use olive oil.
Oh my
Pat,
gosh! So
tap it on very gently. It
in,
gets rid of wrinkles. It gives you a gorgeous glow, and it feels good. Your skin can move. Then just blot it off. I've been using olive oil all my life. My mother did. My mother died at
listen,
89 years old and looked
God
40.
bless her. God bless her.
40. Her skin and her. I mean,
hang on.
olive oil is the answer.
So now
I put olive oil in my
He
hair too.
loves olive oil, for God's
he loves
sake.
Right.
olive oil.
I do
I hear.
olive
I hear.
oil hair treatments.
Wait a minute. Do you masturbate with olive oil though? That's the real question.
I don't masturbate. I have a husband.
Oh well, that's true. What does that mean?
So wait,
I got a wife. I got a wife. There's bad days. buddy.
Actually,
There's
I
bad
want to say
days.
too, because I met your wife at an event with you one time also, and she was lovely. And I have to
Thank you.
compliment you on the fact that when people come up to you, you're very warm and friendly to everybody, who wants
Of course.
pictures and
Of
everything. And I
course.
always find, because some celebrities, are not, so I always find that very
my
cool.
daughter Leslie worked
you.
for Platinum Management in Beverly Hills. And my
Mm.
daughter came in touch with you years ago. Her name is Leslie. She's a beautiful blonde. She looks like Grace Kelly. She was actually first runner-up in Miss America, so maybe you remember her
Oh
from one of the
wow.
meetings. But you met at some office meeting or whatever, and we play dominoes every Monday night. And she just said the other night, "Oh, he's really a nice guy. Wait till you meet Corey. She said, you're gonna really like him." She said, "I liked him a lot."
Aw. That's
And she
always
had
nice to hear. That's
she had
always nice to hear.
she had dealings with you with something with platinum. I don't know what it was.
So also in the chat
Interesting.
room,
Was it
so now
Platinum Dunes?
Oh, I don't know exactly.
Platinum. He just knows
Oh,
I
Platinum.
just know platinum.
She worked with
Platinum
Sharon Stone
Dunes.
and a bunch of people.
Yeah, Platinum Dunes is a big production company. They're the ones that made like the remakes
Oh no,
of
I
like
think it was a man.
House
No, I
of
think it was.
Wax
Yeah,
and
but
Friday
It was a.
the 13th.
It was a management company. I
Well,
think.
I don't know what she was with Sharon Stone. She was
Yeah.
with
Paula
quite a
Abdul.
few. Who?
Paul Abdul.
Paula
Yeah.
Abdul. A bunch of people. She managed their funds.
I
Wait,
mean,
wait. So hold
they
on.
may have a management side. I don't know. I don't know if it's one company.
Well,
or not.
anyway, she met you. She met. This was years ago, maybe 20 years ago. She met you, and she said you were really very nice, very, very friendly, and very warm.
Oh, Sadie's
I'm
joined us in
glad
the
I
chat room.
tricked them again. I tricked
Yes.
them.
No,
So
no,
wait,
no,
I want
no.
to tell you in the chat room, they're all talking about everybody needs to buy an ear for a Christmas gift, and then B
Yeah.
Claudia,
Yes.
B Claudia is in Germany, and she just wrote, "I bought an ear. I bought an ear. Now I've got
Can
3
you-
ears." Her name is
Can
B
you hear me
Claudia.
now?
Say hi. Yes.
B-
Say
B
hi to B
Can you hear
Claudia.
me? What?
Corey, a very close dear friend of mine just came in the chat room. Sadie Katz. She is the
Hi,
queen of
Sadie.
horror movies. She's going to
Russia tomorrow
Russia tomorrow
to win some
to
award.
accept an award
Back
in the
in
business.
USSR, baby. Yeah.
Yes.
So
yeah.
maybe one day you'll work with Sadie Katz. I did.
That would
I
be
worked
great.
with
That
her.
would be great.
Oh no, let me tell you something. I worked with her. She's a brilliant actress. She can do anything.
Nice.
She
nice.
doesn't even act. She is the part.
Right.
So
Well, that's the
Sadie
way it
Katz,
should be, right?
remember
we
the
become
names.
we become the character. We become the character.
Absolutely. That's the only way to
Yes.
do it. So
She said, "Tell him I was the blonde who dated Eric." I don't know what that means. So
she was the
so
blonde.
she's
who
met you
dated,
before because she used to date Eric.
Eric
Somebody.
who?
Eric who, Sadie? We went to dinner a couple of times. She said.
Oh, so you know
Wait,
Sadie. You've met her.
I need last names or it's not true.
Eric. So Sadie, what's Eric's last name? And Sadie writes, "I love you, Ron."
Oh, yeah, she
She's
doesn't
very
want to
cool.
expose that. She doesn't want to expose that bit of
But
information.
she's engaged to somebody else now.
Oh, I understand. I see how it is.
Oh, that's
We know
hilarious.
a lot. We know a few people that have worked with you.
a whole bunch.
You know,
I
well,
can't
listen,
think,
when
I
you
can't think of one, but
right,
we
of
have a
course.
bunch.
When you've done over 100 films and
Yeah,
you've
you
been
work with
working in the
everybody.
industry for 48 years, this is my 48th year, everybody. This is no joke. When I say this is a 50th anniversary, we're celebrating 50 years of entertainment. And that's
Right.
not a joke. We're not puffing it up. I've literally almost served 50 years at my young age of.
So you've
She
worked.
wrote
You've
Eric
worked.
Fleming. Wait. She
you
wrote
work-
Eric Fleming.
Oh, yes. I know exactly what that is.
See, now it's real, Sadie.
There you go. Yes.
Now you know who Sadie is.
Yeah, well,
Well, she knows who Eric is.
that's right.
Are you familiar with the actress Carol Lombard, who was Clark Gable's wife?
Yes.
Okay, Sadie Katz looks just like Carol Lombard, so
Oh,
now
wow.
you'll remember.
And I have to do one. I have to do one.
She could play the Carol
Wait.
Lombard life story.
I have to do one more thing because Don Hinton is telling me I watched every one of Corey's main famous movies and we didn't talk about any of them. Tell him I think he's fabulous. That's Dawn. So just say hi to Dawn because she's upset.
Hi,
that we didn't talk
Don.
about
I'm
everything.
sorry. Well,
But we had a
hold on
good
second.
show.
Hold on. We talked about Stand By Me.
By
we
Me.
talked about Goonies.
The Lost Boys a little bit.
We talked about Lost Boys a little bit. So we had reference.
You know what movie I like? The one where
Here,
you were
don't
all
spell. Hey, don't spell any water while you're there. Now we've talked about Gremlins. All right. See how easy that is?
Corey, you know what movie?
Hey, Jimmy, if
really...
you're not careful, Ron's gonna multiply. And you're gonna have little Rons all over
like
your
a gremlin.
Good,
Right.
listen, Corey. The movie I liked was where you guys were flying around as vampires.
That's the Lost Boys. I
love
love
that movie.
No,
Lost Boys.
hold on. I was not flying around because my character was Edgar Fogg, the vampire hunter.
Yeah, he
So
was
there
the
was
hunter.
no flying
All in
around
the comics
for me.
run.
No, but
Don't
that's
time-
how I.
Now we did 2 sequels, and my brother, who was played by Jameson Newlander, became a vampire in the sequel, and then in the 3rd movie, he's a half vampire. We have to get him turned back and all that.
But that's
so now you got to see all
whatever.
that.
I identify with the flying because I'm old. I don't remember. But
God
anyway,
bless you.
I
on.
enjoyed that film. My kids loved
I
it.
love it too.
My kids,
Thank you.
my daughters were young when, like you, they were your age.
I actually have a
When
copy.
you were working as a boy, my daughters were girls.
I have an autographed copy that have you, Brooke, and Corey Haim all like signed it in my collection. I love collectibles,
Oh,
but
isn't
we
that
have to actually
nice?
go though because now
We
we have
miss those guys. We miss those guys. Big
Yeah,
shout out to Brooke
absolutely.
and Corey. R.I.P. Man.
Absolutely. So you guys go to
River, Brooke,
Corey.
Corey, all
Oh,
of
absolutely,
them.
all of them. Go to CoreyFeldman.net. We want to thank Jared Fink and Eileen Shapiro and Cosmic Wire for helping set this whole interview up. Congratulations on everything. Anytime you have anything to promote, we'd love to have you back.
And please do me a favor, say hi to my daughters, Deirdre and Leslie.
Say hi.
Hi, Jared and Leslie.
There
Now-
you go.
now-
You
now
guys,
we got-
sorry you
now
couldn't
we-
be here today, but
No,
thank God your father.
they're working. They're working.
Thank God your father came out of the closet. Look at his
Yeah.
future now. You see this? Look what happened to
What
him.
did he say?
Thank God you came out of the closet. All right, Corey, thank you so much.
God
Congratulations.
bless.
We'll talk soon.
God bless you guys.
Corey,
Thank you for the
Corey,
support. Thank you for the support. Yes, sir.
Absolutely.
Corey, it was an absolute pleasure. What
Thank
more
you,
can I
Ron.
say?
And it was a pleasure for me
a
too. Thank
total
you. And
pleasure.
keep up your fight. Keep doing the good work.
Oh,
you're
I
doing.
will never
support you
stop till I-
100%.
And even after I die, I intend to do it from the next world.
If it's possible, I'm in.
There
Yeah.
you go. All right. Thanks so much, Corey. All right, everybody.
God bless
We
you
wanna-
guys.
Ciao,
Thank you.
Bello.
Bye-bye.
Ciao, Bello.
What a great interview. All right, you
What
guys.
a nice guy.
we
I
gotta-
mean, really.
We got to bring on our next guest because I overran a little bit with Corey.
Yeah, but if
and,
anybody ever gives me shit about Corey Feldman, I'm gonna knock him on their ass.
What's
because
up?
he's
What's
a nice-
up?
Oh, there they are. There they are. He's coming to build me a deck, right? I said, could you build me a deck? He thought I was talking about a deck on my garden, like you walk on deck. I wanted a deck. And there she is, the woman that changes her name because she's a wanted criminal in Russia. So now she's Olga Smith or something, Olga Jones.
So everybody, hang on. Let's make sure we can
Wait,
hear. You guys
I'll-
say.
wait,
Let's make
wait,
sure we
wait,
can hear
shut
him.
the fuck up, Jimmy. Olga, uno bacio.
Yes.
I love you. I love you, sweetie. And you too know I love you, but I'm not going to kiss you. But Olga, a kiss.
Oh,
'Cause
why
I
not?
love her.
Ah,
Well, because
there you
you're
go.
not my type. You don't look like Olga. But
I
I love
see.
Olga's, folks, everyone out there. Olga's one of my favorite people in the world. She is a genius. She is speaks languages. She was a urologist.
No, she wasn't
a
was she
woman's
urologist?
doctor. Were you a urologist?
No, that's a man.
What's a-
Gynecologist.
A gynecologist
Gynecologist.
in Russia. She has written books. She knows how to make marijuana jam or whatever. She's absolutely the most intelligent,
And she's a rock star.
well-spoken, and she's a rock star. She plays the piano, and she's married to No. And I don't think No knows what he's got there, but he better really treat her well because he's got a gem, a prize.
So hold on, Dave, say something. Let's make sure we can hear you, and then we'll introduce you
Hello.
guys. There
Can
we
you
go.
hear me
Oh,
from
can
Los
I ask
Angeles?
you a question? Can I
Yes.
ask you a question? Why my husband is not your type?
Why is he not surprised? Because
Why is he not your
because-
type?
Oh, not my type? I don't know, because he's not pretty and blonde and sexy.
What?
Here I am.
There you got Dave for that.
Olga, you're my type. Yeah, baby.
Alright.
Are you going to be at Soho's?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're so I'm going to see you in New York next week.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm,
yeah.
I'm
2 weeks, 2.5
excited.
weeks.
2 weeks. I'm
So
excited.
hold on,
to
let's
see
introduce
you.
him. All right,
I'll take you all over to New York to all
Hang
the gay
on.
spots.
hang on. Now we want to do a formal introduction.
Oh,
Hey,
fuck
everybody!
the formal
Now we want to welcome to
introduction.
the Jimmy Star Show with Ron Russell, No Mansfield, Olga Schubert, Dave Kendrick from the band Revolushn.
Hey, hey.
Hello and welcome to the show. And we got a chat room
look
full of
who's
people.
there from Revolution.
Say hi. Say
Hey,
hi.
baby, how are you? Are you still banging on garbage pails because he won't give you drums?
I bang on most things. But hey,
I saw you
drums,
banging on
drums this
garbage
time.
pails.
Ryan couldn't believe that. You
I
guys
couldn't believe you were banging on garbage pails.
We're
I
at
said,
a club in New
I
York.
said, what? They can't afford drums?
No, it's the place that couldn't have it. Actually, Sadie Katz is in the chat room. Say hi
Oh,
to
wait.
Sadie.
The other thing I want to say is Olga did a portrait of me and Jimmy.
Beautiful.
Unbelievable.
Oh, no,
She's such
in
an
the other room.
artist. I mean, she did a portrait of me, making me look like 30 years old and stunning. I love how she lies in her art. But anyway, yeah, I'm impressed by you, Olga, baby. I really think you're a sweetie pie.
So hold on, we have a chat room full of people. All three of you guys say hi to everybody in the chat room.
Hi,
Hello,
everybody. Hello.
There you go.
No, by the way, flies planes. And he's been threatening us to fly down to Palm Springs to visit, which is all bullshit because no is bullshit. You know, he tells me,
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
coming to.
Hey, Ron,
Oh,
did
yeah.
you remember to put your pants on?
Put my what?
Pants on.
I have pants on.
Shorts.
Let's see.
Shorts. Here, I got
Oh, you can't even
I
get.
have pants on. But no, you make promises that, you know, like years ago, I had this friend of mine whose father came to our apartment. We had a lot of hookers in our apartment who were friends of ours because we're gay guys, and they were three of New York's big hookers. And when he came up the apartment, he looked at those broads. He almost dropped dead. And one of the broads said to him, "Put your eyes back in your head because your mind makes appointments your body can't attend," or something.
Oh,
And
actually,
I
they
thought it
wanna-
was so. No, your mind makes appointments your body can't keep.
He also you guys develop the living how you're gonna live
Noah's
when
a
you go to
fucking
Mars. He's like a
genius.
genius.
Also, they're billionaires.
They like your red. They like your red glasses too. No,
Right. They look poor the way they dress, but they're rich as hell. They own an island. I mean, you know, they just like to look like beggars.
So all right, so let's talk a little bit about it. So Revolushn, you guys, Revolushn has a new album coming out soon. Tell us a little bit about the album. I don't know when we're supposed to say it's coming out, so
I'm so
I don't know what we can
excited to
say.
see you guys in 2 weeks. I can't wait. You two know.
Yeah.
I'll give you a hug and a kiss, no.
Okay.
But I can't wait to see you two. You're two of my favorite people. I'm only sorry that a few people can't go to New York. Some of them are afraid that they're going to nuke New York and blow it up because of 9/11, so they are not attending the event. But I figured it this way: if they're going to kill us, at least I die in good company, right?
That's right.
It's a
I'm
big
not
laugh.
afraid of those terrorists.
Well, I mean, you'll all be dead with me, so we'll all go to the next room together. We'll all
That's
walk
right.
in the
See,
next
now you
room.
started something too, because now everybody in the chat room is writing. I want to know more about the marijuana cooking.
No, listen to this. She made me a gorgeous jar of it. It's healthy.
Like peanut butter or
It's
something.
peanut butter. It's taken as a medicine, not as I get high. And I hid it on the stage because we were at an event. I couldn't walk around with it. I had to go on the stage and perform. And somebody stole it. Oh, I was so upset that they stole my marijuana peanut butter.
That's hilarious.
And it's supposed to be for bones, for aching. You know, I'm old. When you're fucking my age, everything breaks, hurts, and
I
I
should
will
tell
give you
everybody.
more. I
Yeah,
will
she'll give you more.
more.
So
yeah,
everybody,
but don't bring me such a big jar. You know,
Okay.
we can't transport it anyway.
Yeah, we can't transport it. I'll smuggle it into California somehow.
No,
So
I will drive to your house and bring you some.
Oh, fuck you. You're driving to my house 90 times a week. Every time I talk to you, oh, we're coming down. We're coming. Yeah. Bullshit makes the flowers
Yeah,
grow.
and then every
Yeah,
time we
yeah,
ask
yeah,
you
yeah.
where you live, you shut up.
Actually,
Well,
you know
because-
what? He doesn't
Well,
know our address.
I'm not going to tell you on the air, but Jimmy will tell. What, you
He
think?
doesn't know his address.
I really don't. I swear to God,
He
I
knows
don't.
his phone number, but he doesn't know anybody else's phone number.
No, why would I?
So
Everything is
like,
automatic.
I have to give the addresses.
I went for blood work, and the bitch there said to me, "What's your address?" I said, "I don't know." She said, "You don't know your address?" I said, "No, I'm 81 years old and I have Alzheimer's." She said, "Oh, forgive me." Fuck her.
But he doesn't really know it. So wait.
I think I do now.
So no, tell us a little bit about what's going on with Revolushn.
Let David talk a little bit here.
All right, David, tell us a little bit about the new album.
Yeah, are you making any money? You're getting booked anywhere? Anybody paying you?
Oh, we're making millions, Ron.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Things actually, things are starting to open up music again. At least albums are getting released. Not everything made it through. Small clubs had more of an issue, but we're ready to head back out. Third album, not sure exactly when it happens. A couple of these songs we started on before this whole pandemic started, and it kind of slowed the whole process down. So it wasn't always quite as interactive, but this record sounds really great. And there's some wonderful songs. And Olga has an amazing video for the, I think, first single from the whole complete album of this song called Spiral Galaxies.
Which you can see, you guys, if you go to revolution.com,
and
you
I
can
have-
watch
I
it. It's
have-
all aliens.
I have
There's
to
a lot of outer
Wait,
space.
no, they're all my
Gaia.
relatives. They're my relatives. They're not aliens. They're my relatives. But no, seriously, I'm going to say something that may offend them, but I don't give a fuck. they are more of a visual joy than a listening joy. I don't really like listening to this kind of music. It doesn't go anywhere. But when I watch them, I love it. They are a visual. So if they're performing anywhere, go see them, because that's the beautiful part, is how they work. I mean, it's part of their music.
And Dave's one of the badassest drummers you will ever see
Yes, he
ever
is.
in
And
your
even
life.
even on Garbage Pails.
Yes. Ron never got over the garbage pail thing.
I
Just to
never
let you
will.
guys know.
I never will, because one of my favorite people were
Playing
the
with
remember
dogs.
that group that only used garbage pails? What were they called? Moshaman or something? Remember they banged everything, and it was all not concussion. Was it
Percussion.
percussion?
Yeah.
You know who they were? They're famous. They were on Broadway.
The Blue Man Group.
No, they were.
Oh yeah, I think it is the Blue Man Group.
They were a group. They
Yeah.
only no. They were called Stomp.
Oh, that's a
Stomp,
dance.
yeah.
That was dancing though.
That's dancing.
I loved Stomp, and it was all
Yeah,
garbage.
garbage cans. Yeah.
Stomp used to it was fabulous. But again, Stomp you had to see to enjoy more than listen to. But I mean, their music is good to listen to. But what am I going to do? Get up and dance by myself like a schmuck? So But,
So wait, let's go
but
back.
but the last affair I was at with them, they were on stage and we had a fucking ball. Do you remember?
Yeah, well, you were
Oh,
dressed.
you
that was
were
at
up there with
Mars
us,
Rocks.
Ron.
Mars
I-
Rocks, and
I-
you were in a weird costume.
I know, but I just when Olga started hitting the keys and Noah's going berserk on the strings, I just got high. I got crazy, and I didn't have any peanut butter either.
It was
There you
nice.
go.
But they are a visual act, folks. Go see
So wait,
them.
you guys go to revolution.com. You can see actually they have all their videos. I don't know if it's all of them. Dinosaurs, Electric, Little Red Dolls, Weird Little Mind, Dog Gets High, and the new one, Spiral Galaxies, which the video is amazing. I watched it this morning before we came on the show. And I
It
guess
is.
the visual amazingness is all done by Olga. So tell us a little bit about the video and the alien. Ron loves that alien stuff. I haven't showed it to him, but I'm going to show it to him.
I love it.
Olga, tell us a little bit about the Spiral Galaxies.
I suspect.
Yeah. Where did they
No,
come from, Olga?
No,
Yeah.
but wait. You know what? You want the truth? I suspect Olga is extraterrestrial. I think she's from another planet, and she's pretending to be an Earthling because she's too intelligent. She's
I
too
think 40% of her DNA is from elsewhere.
Yeah, I believe that too. That millions of years ago they came down here, they crossed us with everything, and we evolved from that. But there was a civilization here before us. We're not the only ones. There were extraterrestrials. I know my uncle.
Well,
I
Ron,
have-
you
I
would
have-
know.
Well, you've ever met my uncle?
No.
In Jimmy's office, there's a life-size space doll.
Yeah, I do have a life-size alien
Yeah,
in my
and
office.
I named him Uncle Mars.
Which
I'm
that
a
was the
little
Mars.
nuts.
That was the
I'm a
Mars.
little nuts too. No,
That was the Mars Rocks thing. So wait, how?
Oh, I'm excited to see you guys. I swear to God on my kids, I really can't wait. We're gonna have so much fun.
So wait. Olga never answered the question. Tell us something about the video and the aliens. Or no, you tell us, even though Olga made it.
No, let Olga tell it. She tells it better.
I just asked David and know what do they think about the sound? What did they mean by that? And I come from what they say. David is extraterrestrial, and my husband had 6 DNA tests, and it all shows 0, nothing.
Yeah, no is definitely from out there. He's way out there. There's
Yeah,
no
so
question
he
about
just
it.
put his head like this on my head, and I have visuals.
Okay. I was
I just
wondering
make
that
it.
too.
That's it. Like this.
Yes.
Yeah, that's perfect. Does it work for you too
And
now?
then I see everything. what
I
he wants.
love it. So you guys got to go to revolution.com because the whole album and the single and everything will be coming out soon. But you can get a sneak peek at the video. It's not listed on YouTube. The only way you can see it is to go to revolution.com and check it out, and it's really, really good. So tell us something about.
Wait a minute. Olga does things with I don't know. Wait, how do you make me look so good? You made me an actor looking young. Well, how do you do that shit? That you sent me all those things.
Oh,
I'm
You know,
professional.
Chuck,
Ronald.
what did you say?
I'm a professional.
No, I love it. I love what you do to people. You make them all look young and gorgeous, and it's nice.
That's my
Are
job.
you, well, I'm making a couple of movies. Maybe I should tell them to let you on the production, and you could redo all of my shots.
and make you look good.
Make me look young.
We should also give a shout out to Neil since Neil's not here. Neil's the
Neil!
other member of Revolushn. So we'll say hi to Neil Nyberg, and he's the bass player, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Olga, how did you learn to play the piano, or did you just learn it like that?
I was 5 years old, and my parents, they thought I'm not smart, I'm too slow, so they chained me to a piano for 7 years. That's how I learned it.
And they thought you weren't smart.
He
They-
changed her to a piano for 3 7
no, I
years.
know
Yeah.
that, but they didn't know that genius sometimes doesn't look smart.
That's why
Really,
she's got very strong legs from dragging the piano around.
Yeah, and
Because they
Oh,
were on the
I
fourth floor apartment.
thought she had those nice.
Oh, and they were in
legs.
a 4th floor apartment.
No, I thought she had those nice legs from keeping them up high and wide for hours.
no, that's the reason I was not allowed to do anything but go to school in musical school, and I have to play 2 hours a day. So I was reading the books while I was playing. I was trying to play with my legs, with my what do you call it? Fingers, thumbs?
Fingers.
My feet fingers.
No, toes.
And I
Toes.
was reading books, and I was having a lot of fun because I was playing 2 hours in a locked up room and nobody could get in.
She used
No,
to
it's-
record her practices, and then she would play the tape so they thought she was playing, and she'd be reading.
That was smart. That's
Good,
smart.
Good, smart.
And
But
I
no,
was
it's-
reading books
it's
all
so much-
7 years
It's
straight.
so much fun living in a communist country, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah. When you come here in your country and you start appreciating life and everything what you guys have,
we have
is
a
given
lady.
to you.
We have a lady in
Good.
the chat room. Her name is Julia. She
And
lives in
she's from
Russia.
Russia, so
She lives in Russia
So
now.
talk
so
Russian.
hi.
Speak Russian to her, Olga.
Her name's
Julia, здравствуй.
What did I say?
What did she say?
I don't know, but Julia's.
I sounded like Julia.
Julia's-
Go fuck yourself.
No, I said Julia, hello.
There you go. Now you know.
I
Oh,
love the
she-
two of
Ju-
them.
Julia says-
these two people are so demented that I love
Julia
them.
wrote, "Well, now you know all Russian musician
so
secrets. They all
demented.
get tied to the piano."
No, they are these two are a trip. For those of you that don't know them, if you're in their company, they are a trip to be around. I sit there, I am so entertained, so amused by the both of them that I could be in their company forever. And they're always coming to our house, and I love when they lie to me like that. Oh, we're coming down, and they never come.
Julia said, "Cool to hear you." So let's go. Let's find out a little bit. So
And I even said I'd cook an Italian dinner for them, a good real Italian, not
hang on.
the
hang on.
restaurant shit.
So let's go back. So how did Noah and Olga meet Dave to form Revolushn in the first place? Because I don't think we ever asked that.
Well, Dave and I have known each other since they invented dirt.
Oh, that's when I was born.
2 centuries and counting.
Yeah, we
now.
saw you back then too.
2 centuries and counting, he said.
Yeah, I was there when they invented dirt. I was shoveling it.
You guys played in other bands though, right? Together or no?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
tell us what bands you played in together.
Oh, Electric Sheep.
Electric Sheep.
Yeah.
Well, you know what that
was
meant.
a really good.
That was Noah's lover,
Uh,
the sheep.
We played Maureen Mahan's band too, didn't we?
Yeah.
Did you? Oh, you recorded for her, right?
Recorded with her, yeah, and we played shows, and then we crossed.
Oh, we
and
did the
other stuff.
Flaming Colossus. Yeah. Yeah.
You know, I have to announce again, as I do with everybody that's on the show. Unfortunately, folks, we cannot play any of their music. We're not allowed to. If we played and
Revolution.
Revolution's music, they would shut us down. So sorry that we can't let you hear them because they're
Musicians
gonna
are being discriminated against.
You're
Well,
right.
You're right. A lot of discrimination is going on. I can't write on Facebook certain things because they shut me down. We have communism starting to happen in America. They're taking away our freedoms. Many freedoms are being taken away. And when you're in New York, I hope you have a passport. Otherwise,
Vaccination card.
a vaccination card. Otherwise, you're not allowed in.
Yeah.
You won't be able
Yeah.
to go to the
So
hotel
wait,
or
what
the
did
restaurant.
because Olga's a scientist. So what did you think? I mean, you got the vaccination, but what do you think of it? Is it something that you thought is a good thing or no?
We
You
don't
always
know
te-
what's gonna happen. It was not tested. We didn't test it on animals, and we're testing it on a whole population population of this planet, and we really don't know what's going to happen in 5, 7 years, even 10. Because
Right.
I want to tell you one little detail so you
I love
put
this.
it together.
Okay.
Pfizer, they made the medicine from acid reflux. What was called? Zantac.
Yeah.
Zantac, 25 years ago. And only right now we discovered it's causes cancer.
Zantac does.
Zantac, over-counter medicine. 25
Okay, that's
years.
not good.
And now
we
they
certainly couldn't
only
wait
now
25
they
years
find
for
out
this.
it causes cancer. Hello?
Well, I was told by somebody very informed that if you get the shot, the first shot takes 5 years off your life. The second shot takes 10 years off your life, which means I died a couple of months ago.
And you look
See,
good.
and you forgot to put pants on.
Do you believe that's true, Olga, that it takes years off your life to shot?
I don't know.
No
We're
one
gonna
knows
see.
long
It's
term
like a
yet.
movie. We're in a big movie. We're gonna see what happened. Nothing we can do about it. And mass vaccination, mandatory vaccination in our culture was used only for cows and other animals before. Now we got in this mainstream with animals. They don't ask if we agree or not agree. We're just doing vaccinate. I guess we become animals, cows. Nobody asked.
Well, they
We
did it
cannot
because
have our
they
own
did it. They
decision.
did it because
Moo.
people.
Moo. Let's
they-
say if I don't want to vaccinate and I want to die, just let me die. What
Yeah,
the
but
fuck?
it's not
Let me
just you
die.
that dies.
Well,
it's the
their
problem.
argument, the liberal argument on that is you're killing other people by being
Yeah,
infected.
that's not
Yeah,
a liberal
right.
argument. That's kind
No,
Why
it's
would I
most no,
kill
no, no,
them if
no. I
they
know a lot of
vaccinated?
all the
How
Republicans.
I gonna kill them? Ron,
No, but
how I gonna kill
we
people?
have-
We
if
don't
they
know. No, we don't know.
vaccinated?
Nobody knows.
We have many Republican friends, and they did not get the shot. Our liberal Democrat friends all got the shot and pushed for it. So the Republican people said that they don't want the shot because it's bullshit and that it's nothing but a flu, like any other flu, like the Spanish flu was. Some people die from it, some people
A
don't.
lot of people
I mean,
die from it.
You know, everybody's got their own opinion, so you could go nuts listening to everybody.
There's no place to go anyway to listen. So I have a question.
Yeah, but as far as I'm concerned, I'm never going to die. I'm eternal because I'm sensationally wonderful, and wonderful people like Olga and I. No, we do not die. We just keep going.
So have
on
you
and
guys
on.
had a problem with playing shows? Like, have you had set up shows places yet that they're like, you got everybody that's got to be vaccinated to come? Has that happened to you yet, or that's not happening yet?
Not just that 9/11 thing. Other than that,
There's not
no
a lot
one's
booked yet.
asked us. But all we've been doing lately is flea market shows. So no one cares
What's
there.
What's
As
a
long as
flea
they can
market
drink it,
show?
lock
I mean, you
in.
go to a flea market and set up and play for people. I bet
It's
there's
a
a big
farmer's market, not free market.
farmers market.
Yeah, farmers market.
That's actually good for practicing new material, though, because a lot of people
Yeah.
go to the
Oh, it
farmers
is.
market.
In fact,
Now, wait a
I
minute.
have a
Wait,
rehearsal tomorrow, and we're going to do it on the street.
Are you
listen,
Put
really?
out a bucket.
listen, Olga. You know, Noah's
Yes.
jealous. Noah's very jealous of me. You know that because I hit on you all the time.
Oh no,
Now-
no.
Now, wait a minute.
No.
I want
Aliens.
let's get him jealous. You know what? I love your own hair. You are so beautiful with your own long red hair. Don't put that stupid wig on. No, you are really beautiful, girl.
They've all got long
That's
hair
the
now.
wig.
No, I
The
love
other
it.
thing was her hair.
No. And if ever you're bored with no and you want to have an affair, I'm ready.
Actually, somebody in the chat room, Dawn in the chat room, wants to know if Revolushn was going to go and do a duet with any band in the planet or any singer or songwriter, who would you guys like to perform with?
Oh, what? Now they're
Flaming
they're
Lips
doing
would
all-
be good.
The chat room's doing our show.
Yes.
Ozzy.
Oh, Ozzy?
Ozzy would be fun. I don't know.
Ozzy
What do you
Osbourne.
think, David?
I go
Dave-
for Flaming Lips.
Oh, really?
They're a
Yeah.
big spectacle kind of band. Feel good, cosmic, psychedelic. That would be great.
I like the Flaming Lips, actually.
Yeah. That'd be good.
But I like
So
Ozzy
no,
Osbourne.
Jay-
You know, we recorded with them. We did a recording project with them once, David and I.
Through
Oh, that
space.
doesn't count then, because you've already done it.
Dave, tell the truth, Dave.
Yeah.
You're
Yes.
with them all the time. Do you find them a little strange?
Well, in a good way, Strange, certainly.
Yeah, of course, in a good way. Of
yeah.
course, in a good way.
Yeah.
Do you think they're kind of out there somewhere?
I hope so. Otherwise, I wouldn't be involved, frankly.
Good for you. Good for you. Well, that's how I feel. You know, birds of a feather flock together.
Yeah.
And I love the fact that they're way out there because I've been way out there since I was born. I mean, I've never really come to the planet. I couldn't care less about being normal. How boring is
the other
normal?
thing, the other thing this band has, despite everything in the situation of the world, is there's some kind of optimistic, forward-looking, sharing, spreading music, spreading art around that I think is crucial and important. And it's easy to get bogged down in everything, but I like the looking forward motion of this band a lot. So
Absolutely.
Well, what's good about Revolushn is if you hear them, you know they're Revolushn. They don't sound like anybody else.
Oh,
They
thank you.
definitely have an individual. You do. You have your own style, your own. You make good noise,
Good.
and it's good.
That helps.
You
It helps
know,
to have
you-
lead
you
guitar,
know,
lead
years
drums,
ag-
lead
year-
bass, lead vocals.
Yes.
Years ago, I was very good friends with the lead, the drummer. Oh my God, he was a good friend of ours. His name. Jesus, famous drummer, and they used to say, "Come on, guys, let's go make noise," and that's how they referred to their music. Let's go
Yeah.
make noise. Let's go make noise. It was a compliment. It wasn't an.
Yeah.
What
no,
was
I
what was
agree.
his name? Palmer, the drummer, the famous drummer. Palmer. What's Palmer's first name? I used to go to who?
Carl Palmer?
No, he. I used to go to the Baked Potato, which was a black club on Ventura Boulevard.
Yeah.
Red Fox used to be there, and Earl Palmer,
Palmer.
and Earl Palmer would play, and he was a sensational drummer. And those black guys, boy, could they play! And they used to say, "Okay, man, let's go play some fucking noise."
Right.
I
Right.
love that. You know, we should go to the Baked Potato, Jimmy. It's still there. It's one of the best clubs. I suggest not every. It's a small club, so not everybody go. But
Sadie wants to know if they ever play vibrato.
Play
What's
where?
vibrato?
What the fuck is vibrato?
Is that a club?
Is that a bra? Is brazier?
I don't know what that is.
Vibrato?
Sadie. I don't know what that is either.
Not
so
yet.
I'm not gonna worry about it. Not yet. Sadie, they haven't.
If she's
oh,
got
no,
a connection,
she said it's in Bel Air. She said it's in Bel Air.
Oh, haven't no. I have
Oh
not.
yeah, they don't let us in Bel Air.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that. Sadie Katz, get the fuck off that bullshit, Bel Air. This
Ron?
this group is lucky they let them in L.A.
The top of better. She said it's a great place in Bel Air. It's the top of Beverly Glen, and then she said, "Ha ha 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 ha."
Darling, I was there when you were in rompers.
You
When
gotta
you
like
when you
Bel
were still peeing in your diaper, I was there.
Air. So no, everybody. Hey, no,
Oh
no. The chat room
Ron?
is saying.
Ron?
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
Ron, did you ever go to Studio 54 in New York? Like
all
in
the
the
time.
I lived in Studio 54. What are you talking about?
Oh, really? Can
You know how
give
I-
us
you know-
a
you know-
little
you know how
details
I-
about that?
Do you know how I got in? My sister-in-law's sister's husband supplied them all their coke and drugs. And his name was Papa, from the Papa family. They made a movie about his uncle, Vincent Papa. And that's how we used to get in, because Rebel wouldn't get his drugs if he didn't let us in. And they would give them the drugs, and all the boys and girls would go in. So I would go every Saturday night like clockwork. Many a time I sat in the inner circle. Liza Minnelli, I saw her plastered on the floor. I saw all those jerks loaded, acting stupid. Now, if you went up in the bleachers, everybody's blowing everybody and banging everybody. And if you got to go down in the tombs, that's where the real sex was, the orgies. It was really a decadent place. I mean, people were naked dancing. They would get so high they'd tear off their clothes. Then there was one chick that came all the time. She wore plastic see-through clothes. She sewed clothes with see-through, so you could see her bush, her nipples, everything. And they let her in. It was a freak show, but it was wild. It was fabulous. Everybody did their thing. Everybody was different than the other person, and I loved it. I mean, he used to put amyl nitrate poppers in the air conditioning system, and it would flood the whole club, and everybody was loaded. They were all high on Amy and dancing. And then when Donna Summers played Last Dance, they ripped their. I never forget that night. When Last Dance came on, they ripped their clothes off. Everybody was naked dancing. I mean, it was a fabulous club. I miss it so. It was a trip. It was like in those days we couldn't curse or do anything bad because it wasn't nice. So you could go to 54 and do whatever the fuck you wanted. I mean, I saw two guys blowing each other on the dance floor while they were dancing, and it was part of their dance routine, blowing each other. I mean, it was wonderful.
That's hilarious.
It was freedom.
For
Did you guys go there? Did you guys go there?
Never did.
Well, they were too young.
No, we were
And-
too young. They would not
And then
let us.
you had to see what came down from the ceiling. Snow came down. Helicopter. I mean, they had such shit coming down. It was a show. Every Saturday night was another show. You didn't know what Rebel was going to do. I mean, they had sets. They had design. Then we had Roller. What was her name? She was an old queen on roller skates, and she would give you a rose if you let her grope you. So she would grab your dick and then hand you a Roller Wiener. Her name was Roller Wiener, and she was famous at Studio 54. She was an old skinny queen on roller skates. I mean, it was character. I mean, you would have fit in fine, the both of you. Actually, you would have looked square.
There's
there.
3 of them.
Well, no, they would have looked square. If they were there, they would have said, "Oh, get those squares out of here," because you were not way out enough.
Actually, now they are though.
Nah, they still wouldn't be way. No, Jimmy.
Well,
Studio 50
I can take my clothes off too.
Yeah, well, if Olga could somehow make her nipples light up, she would have gone in. They would have let her in. But it was a club where everybody went to outdo everybody else freaky.
Yeah.
Everybody wanted to out freak the other one. And the groups they had, I mean, they had La Freak. You remember the group
Yeah.
La Freak? And they had Donna Summers, and oh my God, the music stars they had there, I can't tell you. I mean, every week it was sensational. Expensive.
So
It
go
was
back.
it was about $12 a drink. Back in those days, that was like $100 a drink today.
Yeah.
Anyway, to your question, I hope everybody got a feeling of what it was like.
There we go. So go back to no, because everybody said no hasn't said anything. They want to hear no talk.
Nobody wants to hear from no. No was there to pay. No was there to pay the bills.
No. Listen.
No pays the bills and services Olga when she wants to be serviced, which is not often because she's having an affair with Dave.
Yeah, but it's very good because I don't have to think about money. That's why I create so fast and so weird. Because if people pay me money, they will not let me be that crazy in my art.
But wait a minute, were you a Russian bride where no paid for you?
Yeah,
He saw
yeah.
you-
Yeah, I shipped her in.
He shipped me in a box.
So
Actually, if anyone is listening that has leads on shows on other planets, please contact us too, because
because Revolushn.
we're willing to play more than just Earth. So
There you
please-
go.
Yeah, let me tell you something. If you're having a major event and you want it to rock and be a really way out event where your friends are going to say, "Holy shit, that group is fabulous. Where did you get them?" You call Revolushn, and I guarantee you, when they play, your friends are going to say, "Whoa, these people are groovy." Real? Do they use the word groovy anymore?
yeah,
You could still use groovy.
sure.
Yeah.
Come
It's,
back
it's on
around.
the accepted list. It's
It's back
moving
around.
down the
It came
list.
back.
but
It
still.
came back. Well,
back.
folks, these guys sure are groovy. They're not like yesterday's music. They're not that, but trust me, they're not yesterday. You got to see Olga play the piano with her tits. She doesn't use her hands. She just gets her tits and she puts them on the keys, and she could play anything. She plays like, right, Olga?
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
She doesn't know how to even answer that.
I love you, Olga, so much, and I love you. No, I love the both of you, and I don't do that Hollywood shit. Love, you know that. I don't say it if I don't mean it.
Yeah.
So no,
No,
tell us
I don't
something.
do that. I love you bullshit.
No, because we got
I-
5 minutes.
Everybody that meets me at red carpets, Ron, I love you, and I look at them, I say, "Who the fuck are you? I don't even know you."
So wait, no, tell us something about the album. What are we looking for? Tell us a little bit about it, because we want to make sure we talk about it a little bit, and we're almost
So,
out of time.
This one is a little different in that it's got 10 songs instead of 9, which we usually do 9 because 9 is our lucky number, or at least
Okay.
mine anyway. And it's more the lyrics I think are the best of any album we've done. The music is done really well. We had Michael Romanoff master it this time. He's famous for doing all the Pentatonics albums. you know, the vocal group.
Yes.
And this is the first album where I didn't treat singing as an afterthought, you know. Because before I was kind of shy and didn't really, we mixed the vocals way down, and I didn't care.
nose on
Oh,
it.
Tommy's here. Here's our biggest fan.
Oh, he's gorgeous. Look at that baby. He's a
Oh
beauty.
my gosh, how
What
cute.
a beauty.
Yeah.
I
So,
love big, we have a big one
and
also.
the drums on this album, you know, kudos to David. They're really good, and also when we did you'll notice if you listen to the rhythms how the bass guitar and the bass drum match up, and they're super solid. And I spent a lot of time on the guitars, like, you know, probably more than I should have, because you don't want to overthink it. But yeah, I think this is our best album. I think even though we didn't try at all to do this, I think it's the most commercial album we've done. You know,
Well,
as
never
far as
go
the-
commercial because
Yeah,
you'll
whatever
lose-
that means.
you're
but-
going to lose who
whatever
you
that
are.
means. But I'm saying it's probably going to be accepted.
Don't even use the word commercial. If you go commercial, I won't even like you. The reason I love you guys is because you're so individual. You're so out there.
Well,
Commercial. Ugh.
yeah, I
Commercial
know. but
means you'll do anything to make a buck. Yeah.
The music we're doing, we think is commercial. Nobody
Oh,
else.
I don't think. Oh, please,
Oh.
please. I've listened to your music. It's far from fucking commercial.
See?
I mean, no way is it
That's-
commercial. No way.
It's fun.
No,
No
that's
way
what
have
I'm
you-
saying.
No.
We
you're
try,
making
but
a,
we
you're
can't.
making a wise ass joke. No
Yeah.
way have you given into the mediocrity of music.
No,
Well,
No way. No,
Not gonna happen.
folks.
we don't really care. I mean,
Yeah.
there's
Folks-
not a urgency to do it that way because we're not looking for friends.
And you're not looking for money. You got so much
and we're
fucking
not
money.
looking for money. Yeah.
You know, you do it for the joy of making music. But folks out there, listen to me. Get their album and then let me know what you think. Their album is different.
Albums.
Albums, excuse me,
So
Yeah.
hang on.
are
'cause-
different. Their music is different. They have their own way of saying what
Listen
they
up,
wanna
you guys.
say.
So it's revolution.com, but revolution is spelled different. It's REVOLUSHN.com. The website, I mean, to follow their Twitter, it's at Revolution Band. So REVOLUSHN Band. And their Instagram is revolution.1, number one. They need help building their social media, so follow them on social media. Again, go to revolution.com. You can see the unpublished video for Spiral Galaxies that'll be coming
Yeah.
out soon. You can also see the other videos: Dinosaurs, Electric Little Red Dolls, Weird Little Mind, Dog Gets High. The music is great. The videos are great, especially the new Spiral Galaxies one. There's all aliens and space and stuff. It's very cool. I think everybody will like it. And
Well, everybody try.
and it,
The first time I heard them play was in a basement nightclub in New York where the acoustics were horrible. I mean, the ceiling was above my hair. My hair was touching the ceiling. And I said to Jimmy, what the fuck is that? Who the hell is playing that shit? I went and got toilet paper and I stuck it in my ears because my head was hurting from the guy banging on the garbage pails. And then I came out with the toilet paper in my ears. I was able to hear the music and I liked it. But wasn't that club horrible?
Yeah.
I mean, I was sitting on your guitar
hang on,
while
we
you
have
were
to go, we have to
playing.
go. So hold on, you guys.
It was so small.
Get all the Revolution. Listen, go to SohoJohnny.com. Get tickets for the Soho Johnny
And they're going to be in
911
New York.
celebrity benefit on September 11th. You can meet Olga, and Dave there. They're all going to be there. It's going to be a lot of fun. So go to SohoJohnny.com or letmehelp.org. And we got to go, but we want to thank you guys so much for coming on. We love you guys. Think you're great, and we'll see you in
Hey.
2.5 weeks.
You
Hey,
know that.
All right.
We're not commercial. We don't
We're
do
not
it for
commercial.
money. But
You're-
if you
you're-
got money, we'll take it.
There you
but-
go.
But you're far from commercial. Listen, again, for the third time, can't wait to see and hug you guys next week. 2 weeks.
Thank you guys. See you
It's
there.
going to be fun. It's going to be
You
fun.
too.
We're
Bye,
gonna have a
Dave.
good
Bye,
time.
No. Bye,
Bye-bye.
Olga. Thanks, chat
Bye-bye.
room, everybody. We want to thank everybody
Bye-bye.
for tuning in. Hope you guys had a good time, and we'll see you guys next week with Kim Sledge and Krisha Turner. All right, everybody. See ya. Bye-bye.
Yeah.
I'm just chilling, gonna start yo sitting down and designing. Why every man them are thinking, what are we gonna be wearing? Yo, I'm a Liverpool MC, you can't test me. Big up the girls inside the party. Let's get down to crazy Jimmy. Big got myself to known as Alfie, the one and only, the Turkish MC.
Always love the clothes of Jimmy.
British